Looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. It is time to go infinite in Lorwyn Standard. What we've got here is Carol Attentive First Year, and I've tried a bunch of decks before recording this. I guess this is a stream, whatever. Before actually deciding on this list to try and go infinite with them. Basically, Carol lets you copy a triggered ability, and if we can have that triggered ability resolve resetting Carol, because they can only do it once per turn, and generate an extra body because they need to tap down 2 bodies to do it, we can continuously copy that trigger. What we can do is we can use something like Teach by Example to copy a spell, and if that spell is Personify, we can go infinite that way by blinking Carol, resetting them, and making a 1/1, providing us with that extra untapped body. So this works really well. There's a bunch of other ways to do it. This is probably the fewest pieces. You just need Carol, Personify, and Teach by Example, and you will make an infinitely large board of tap-down creatures. Since it's an instant speed combo, we can do it on our opponent's end step, and then just untap and swing it for the win. So it totally works as a win con, which is sweet, but what we're also doing with this is combining them. Basically, I tried a whole bunch of decks with Carol, and they all felt too slow. So I went, you know what? I'm just going to take one of my favorite decks and slot this combo in as sort of a backup plan if it happens to happen. This is my mill list that uses River Churn Monument to mill your opponent equal to half their library. Equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. You can use cards like Jadur's Overture to mill them half their library, then next turn immediately mill them for half their library, which can work. Or we can simply nickel and dime them down using things like Deep Muck Desperado. Deep Muck Desperado notably can actually be copied with Carol, making them have some redundancy. We also have Go-Go to copy triggered abilities, because even though Carol can't copy the River Churn Monument's abilities, Go-Go can, and that can just be really fun. Someone has like 10 cards in their graveyard, you mill them for 10, then you mill them for 20, so that's 30 cards total. Very, very sweet. Making it much easier to close out a game that way. We also have a bunch of removal, board wipes, etc. I have been trying out Unwanted Remake recently because it forces your opponent to manifest, which is kind of like having the mill 2 in a weird sense. I'm also trying to do 1 copy of Space-Time Anomaly. This is a card I just only happen to have 1 copy of, and I don't know if it's really that good. But what's cool about this is it's an alternate target for our Teach by Example. We can, for 6 mana, we can mill somebody like 40 cards if we're lucky, which I think that's pretty sweet. And of course, if we have Carol on the field and an extra untapped creature, we can copy it again, bringing it up to like... That's 60 cards right there. That's a whole deck. So that's a really sweet alternate plan. Other than that, I'm trying a 1-of copy of Lunar Insight. Again, I'm always looking for extra copies, extra spells I can copy with Teach by Example, because I have played a ton of the games and had Teach by Example feel like a dead card in hand. So I want other things I can copy other than win cons, and this one seems like a pretty fun one to copy. It draws per different mana value, and we run a lot of removal in the form of enchantments. So Unable to Scream is a 1-mana enchantment, and Phenomenon Recorder is a 1-mana artifact. That's our 1-mana value. We can cast Sheltered by Ghost for 2-mana value, or our River Churn Monument for 2-mana value, or this enchantment that shuts down a creature for 2 mana. We can cast an O-Ring style effect, Banishing Light for 3, Mothwing Shroud for 3, and Pinnacle Starcage for 3, not to mention all of our creatures are sitting at 3 mana value as well. That's it though, so it's basically going to draw us 3 cards at maximum, which maybe just isn't worth it, I don't know. 3 mana draw 3 is good, but it might be 3 mana draw 2, in which case it is much less good. So we'll see. That's just something we're trying. Notable, we have an Evolving Wilds and Vibrant Cityscape and Terramorphic Expanse suite, and this allows us to copy the Sacrifice Fetch Something using our Phenomenon Recorder or Go-Go. I didn't mention Phenomenon Recorder. This deck was originally built around Phenomenon Recorder before I realized I had 2 copies of Go-Go in my collection somehow, and yeah, by copying this trigger, we can... The whole point was to copy the River Churn's activated ability, so we exhaust, but we're doing it multiple times. So Phenomenal Recur is already here, Go-Go is already here, and both of them can copy the fetch lands, the Evolving Wild style cards. Unfortunately, that's not something that Kiro can copy, so it's a little bit awkward. Let's see how it goes. I'm ready to go infinite in Lorwyn Standard. Alright, I think I need to move my head a bit. Like, I am not zoomed properly. There's so much dead space at the top here. Can we just, like, move this down a bit? Now my head's cut off. All this is getting cut if I ever make this into a video. So it doesn't matter. Alright. Let's see what we got, baby. Alright. We're doing standard ranked Kirill Mill deck. Woo! Going on the ladder, gonna show everyone that I don't play enough Magic to get a high rank. Oh, I'm in gold, actually. Usually I'm in bronze, and I just recently made it to gold, so, you know, whatever. Ooh, okay, land base. We only have 2 lands. They're both blue, which isn't the worst, but we also just kind of have nothing to do until turn 3 anyway. I think we mull this. Okay, 3 lands. We got 2 pieces of removal, although we can't use this one until we get another creature down, which is a little bit awkward. And then we've got Kirill, although we can't play Kirill until we get a second light source. I think this is fine. It's 3 lands and a removal spell. That should be fine to get us to, you know, turn 4 and beyond. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Alright, we'll keep... Oh, wait, I need to get rid of something. I'll get rid of... I think I actually get rid of a second Kirill. They're not really that useful in redundancy. That makes sense to me. Alright, play the Plains and pass. Our opponent plays Temple of Triumph. Cool, scry 1. When I was going full in on combo, originally I was trying as hard as I could to get combo as quickly as possible. It was just draw spells in the combo and nothing else. And I was running every Scry and Surveil land I could. Play an island. What did they get? Another temp? No, Boros Guildgate. Cool. So we can start to remove things, but there's nothing to remove. We'll just pass. Unfortunately, we didn't get a plane, so we can't tempo at Kirill. I don't think we want to tempo at Kirill here anyway, though. I'm not sure. Other than being a 3/3 body, they don't really do anything for us quite yet. So, not an issue. Alright, opponent hasn't done anything yet, which is a great sign for us. I will tempo at Kirill, because why not? And see what we got. Now, notably, Kirill needs a second body to tap to be able to do their thing, so we're not even in a position to actually start using them yet. We need to get another body down as well, so not amazing, but fine. Exemplar of Light. Flying, whenever you gain light, put a counter on this. Whenever we put 1 more counters on this creature, draw a card, but only once a turn. Seems good. Play a Plains, and as something that's good, we can't allow that. Do we Banishing like this, or just to make it unable to scream? I mean, I have the mana right now. I guess I'll do it. Or do I play this Shelter by Ghost so I can protect Kirill? I always think that Shelter by Ghost is a bit of a liability. It gives you that... You know, if I had another creature down, I would do the Shelter by Ghost because there's a really fun trick you can do with it. But I'm just going to do the Banishing Light for the time being, and we'll see. We'll move on. Oh, I might as well attack. This deck is trying to either mill out or go infinite, so I don't really care about damage, but hey, I might as well threaten their life anyway. Just cause. Disenchant, there it is. Okay, cool, that's fine. That is absolutely okay. Cool, cool, cool. I do hope I can get another creature sooner than later. That would be ideal. Okay, this is 4 mana, this is 3 mana, so the Light Cage doesn't do anything. If I had another creature, I could double the enters effect of one of these shutdown, which is pretty sweet. I think I'm just going to play another Mothwing Shroud, hitting the Exemplar, and then I will play the Unable to Scream. I didn't even mention there's I can't remember what the name of that card is now, but it lets us draw every time an enchantment enters, and we get a lot of enchantments in this deck, so that would be ideal if we could get it, because we are running out of cards in hand, and our opponent is not. I don't know why, but they are not running out of cards. Okay, so now we have a board wipe. We can just let them, like, build and see what happens for the time being, if we want to. Notably, this won't get hit by our... Oh, sorry, I was calculating the Pinnacle Star Cage in my brain. I didn't even say anything. I think I just hold off right now. Am I scared of 4 damage? I think I take the 4 damage. and I try and board wipe next turn. I mean, I got the mana, though. No, they have too many cards. I want them to spend some cards. I need them to bleed from their hand before, if I'm going to win on card advantage. I don't know if that's the right play or not, but that's what I'm going with. Holy cow. Cool. Great. Love a main phase flash creature. But I guess it's because on ETB they were able to do some stuff. Wait, how did they do that? Whenever another angel you control. Right, of course. Sweet. Okay, so they did end up producing quite a bit of attacking power here. That's already 8 attacking power, so maybe I should have board wiped, but I don't know. Their hand is still very full. I'm gonna try him. Alright, that's a lot of damage. Alright, at least I got them down to 3 cards in hand, though, which is not too shabby. So, none of that matters. Yeah, we'll just expel the interlopers, although I can expel for a value. I love expel the interlopers as a board wipe, because you can choose a number that lets your stuff survive. I'm going to just not in this case, and I might as well just crack this. I don't see a good reason to hold on to it. We'll go for a blue source. If you want to play a River Churn Monument and activate it in the same turn, you need 3 blue pips, so it's always good to have at least 3 blue pips. I mean, ideally we do the combo, because, like, that's the point, but, you know. Ooh, okay. So that's just 4 damage in the air that I can't do anything about. That just gets me killed. Okay. Annoying, but fine. I might just lose this. I did manage to get them to bleed some cards from hand, but at the cost of a lot of life. Although, I think that if I hadn't done it that way, if I board wiped first, they would have generated another 4 creatures that I couldn't have dealt with. So, unsure. Unsure about what was the correct play there. Okay. I mean, if they have one of those instant spells that just, like, gives it +3 or something, could mess me up. Sucks. All I have is the Star Cage. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Alright, well, I just have to hope they don't have it. I mean, they have 2 cards in hand. They might just not have it, right? I might go down to 1. If I go down to 1, I could come back, but seems unlikely. Yep, there it is. Cool. GG. I'll let him take it. Boom. Alright, well, that didn't go as planned. Angels. They're a heck of a thing. I guess I didn't really develop my board fast enough. I didn't have any creatures, which was kind of unfortunate. I did have a lot of removal, and I was able to use it, but I don't know. I know ostensibly that the Shelter by Ghost is a good card. Dang, if you have no creatures, though, it is tough. I really like the blue removal. It's just like, okay, you have no abilities anymore, and you're a 1/1. What are you going to do? Those are great. We only saw one of those that game. Yeah, all of our, like, sort of situational removal is what came up. I want to remake. We have no white again. We can go unable to scream and hope we draw into white, but we also need 2 white pips for Kirill. I'm going to keep against my better judgment, see how it goes. Last time I mulliganed and it did not go well. So let's try keeping and see how it pans out. Okay, Land of War Elves. That could be anything. Do I just turn that off? Bolt the bird, right? If you don't know, unable to scream, Duskmorn, it loses all abilities, becomes a 0/2. There's also an extra line of text about, like, being flipped face up. Not important. See, here's the badge and roll now. So, slow them down a little bit, but, whew. Now I can't deal with that. I have to play this as a land, and now I have to get absolutely destroyed. Okay, that's not so bad. I can deal with that. That's not a huge deal. Enduring Vitality, that's, what are the stats on that one? Creatures have tap, add mana, so it's kind of like the same thing, and then when you tap a creature for mana, okay, so that's the combo there. Right, got it. Okay, and Kona can tap. So if they untap with Kona, they can drop anything. However, dang, am I just dead? They have no cards in hand. They have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on the battlefield. Yeah, we're gonna fresh start their Kona. Kona can tap at instant speed. So I think I'm gonna do it on my turn. Yeah, I'll do it on my turn just to slow. Or do I turn off the Enduring Vitality? Oh, I think I turn off the Enduring Vitality because then it won't come back. It'll have no abilities. Yeah, I think I have to do that. This does have Flash, which is one of the upsides of that spell. However, you know, it is what it is. They have 2 Badger Mole Cubs and 2 Animated Lands, though. They didn't really need the Enduring Vitality. And they had a second one anyway. So, am I dead? That wasn't so bad. Unfortunately, I have no white sources, so if I draw, even if I draw planes here, I can't board wipe anything. Not only do I just not have enough mana, that would only be 4, and, well, I don't have a 4 cost in hand. Holy crap, they're really going for it. Doubling season, that's wild. And they have 2 of these? Okay. Alright. This is, whew, I want this video to be about my deck, not about my opponents. Excuse me? What is happening? Yeah. That's pretty cool. I'll play a Deep Bug Desperado. Cool. Can I live this? You know, after all of what they did, they didn't actually do that much damage, did they? Like how much material do they actually have? Gets plus X or X number of lands you control. Okay, that could be a lot, but okay. That's a decent amount, but way less than you'd expect. Like their Titan, because of doubling season, they ended up going away immediately. They didn't actually get to like use this 7/7. Okay. Why did they tap this? Oh, did they tap it for an Evendo mana? No, they didn't though. Maybe they did. That's unclear. Unclear! Enduring Vitality number 3. Why do they want that? I don't know. That's the thing, is Enduring Vitality doesn't really stack, huh? Whereas like the other ones kind of do. It's kind of interesting. Alright, pass 2 attacks. Oh, they just have 10/10 creatures here. Oh, I'm just dead. Fair enough. Alright, we'll block a 10/10 and we'll take 13. You know, that's not the worst. If I top deck a planes, I can wipe their board. Right? Like, it's a very specific thing. Well, it's not that specific. I mean, there's a lot of planes in the deck. I need to get an untapped planes. Alright. They might have just burnt out, right? Like, if I can wipe the board, they might just not be able to recover. And I can't wipe the board. That sucks. Alright, GG. Wow! Alright, well, that's brutal. Do people want to see that kind of game? Like, I just sat there and watched somebody, like, kill me. Like, is that interesting? Do I bother including that? Okay, Kirill Mill time. This is my mill deck plus Kirill at the first year to be used as additional pieces to help me like double my mill, although only a little bit, and as an alternate infinite combo win con while I'm otherwise maintaining the board. Basically, I tried to make a infinite deck with Kirill, and I found I just kind of didn't have anything to do until I got the combo, whereas this gives me like sort of a bread and butter game plan the rest of the time. This is a sweet hand. I've got 3 lands if I'm willing to play Jadur as a land, which I think I might be. We've got River Churn. This is just a combo here if you make it to 6 mana, which is cool. I might not, though. And I've got the 2 Phenomenon Recorders. Unfortunately, I don't have any Evolving Wilds, but I think it's better to draw into the Evolving Wilds anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. Land of Werewolves comes out, very cool. I can't respond to that. I could just kill it immediately with Unwanted Remake. Is that worth it? I think there's a chance that they have some huge thing that they might actually prefer me to manifest out. Then again, that thing might have an ETB. I'll just play my own Phenomena Recorder. This one lets me copy activated or triggered abilities. It's in the deck to copy Exhaust mostly, but it can copy other things. Costs 2 mana though. Okay, Wildwood Scourge. X1. This creature enters with X1/1 counters on it. Whenever one or more counters are put on a non-Hydra creature, put a counter on this creature as well. Cool. Okay, so I could go up to 2 white and do kind of nothing. I think I will tempo the Duodor since I can't really do anything anyway. And then, how scary is the Wildwood Scourge? I think we just pass here and we respond as necessary. Hold up that instant speed removal. I'm a little worried about manifesting for them, but like it's not that good to manifest. It's kind of like drawing a card, except for that card, if you choose to play it, doesn't get an ETB, which like that's a pretty big drawback. But it also already is on the field, which could be a pretty big upside. It is what it is. Wildwood Scourge number 2. It's entering with 1 counter, so this is going to go up to 2 counters. I don't really mind that too much, but sure, why not? I might as well. They do only have the 1 land so far. I wonder if Land of Werewolves is the only... Like, I wonder if they're actually stuck on lands, because that could be pretty good for us. Unwanted Remake. Destroy target creature. Its controller manifests Dread, so they'll look at the top 2 cards, put 1 into their graveyard and the other into play face down. I don't get to look at it. They do. And they can flip it face up if it is a creature for its mana cost. Alright, cool. Great. Ooh, okay. I don't think I mind taking 4 damage next turn. So I'm going to play the Terramorphic Expanse, and we're going to basically copy the ETB trigger of it. We're going to pass. This will let us ramp in blue-white. This is our blue ramp. And technically this can ramp in any color, but yeah. I think of this blue ramp. I guess it's white ramp too. White also struggles with ramp, so makes sense. Who are you? X green green. This creature enters with X +1 counters on it. When this creature leaves the battlefield, move its counter somewhere else. It's being warped in, so this is basically just spending X green to give X counters to something. But it's comboing with this. Oh, that's really cute, actually. Yeah, whenever one or more counters we put on non-Hydra, which is this will get the counter, so that's 2. And then they can move them on to something like Land of Werewolves, and then it gets another 2. That's kind of sick. Honestly, that's cool. I don't mind that at all. That's rad. What a cool use of this card that's otherwise kind of weird. Nice. They don't get it yet because it needs to actually like warp away, right? It needs to leave the battlefield, but that's still pretty cool. I like it. Okay, I mean I don't block. So it's 4 damage. Cool, awesome. And exile at the beginning. Yep. It's going to go away, and they are not going to target the Wildwood Scourge because they want to put... It's going to get the counters anyway. That's so... Actually, I don't think I've ever seen someone do something cool with Brute Guard Delete. I've seen people play it before, but I've never seen anything like actually synergistic happen. I like that. I like that a lot. I need some material, though. Where are my bodies? Ooh, wow. It's fine. We have the ramp, which is nice. It's really hard to wipe the board when people kill you before you have 5 mana. So I'm excited to get to ramp this turn. That is awesome. Yep, that makes sense. And then it's going to get 2 on that one. Yep, that makes sense. And don't say it's my turn. I need to crack this with Terramorphic Expanse. Great. I will copy it using my Phenomena Recorder. And I will go find... I think I need blue, right? I have 1 white, 1 blue in hand. Cool. So we'll take blue, and I'm gonna take the other blue as well. So 3 blue and 2 white. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't have the board wipe here. So I'm taking, what, 6, 7, 8 damage minimum next turn? Do I wipe the board? I think I do. I don't wipe the board, I mean. I'm going to use a Banishing Light, and I'm going to just copy the Vanishing Light effect. So we're going to target this, and we're going to copy it using Phenomena Recorder, and we're going to also copy this. Now, this does mean that if they destroy the enchantment, they get both of them back for only one removal spell. So it's a bit of a risk, but I still like it. I think it's pretty dang good. Okay, take the 2. That's fine. Excellent. Ooh, okay, so now we have Kirill. Kirill can't do anything for us yet, though, because we have no, like... Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame. If I had one more white, which I mean, I could have had one more white. I could actually have Sheltered by Ghosts come down, which would allow me to have Kirill gain a ward ability, and ward is a triggered ability, so Kirill can actually copy it, which is really cool. Although I still only have one creature, so it doesn't actually change anything, I don't think. I need to get another creature first. Let's play our Riverturn Monument and start the mill game plan. Like, we have to mill, right? Like, that's what we're here to do. It costs 1 to mill and then 2 to copy the mill, so I'll hold off on playing the Phenomena Recorder until next turn. And if something really bad happens, we can drop the Fresh Start on something. So, yeah, cool. End the turn. My opponent is on 2 lands. So I don't know if they're just a really greedy deck that's like, nah, it's fine, I'll ramp and I don't need to get more than 2 lands. Or if they just got really unlucky. So, yeah, you know, who's to say? Who's to say? Okay, we got the Broodguard Elite. This is not the one from Warp. This is this one. Right, because they still only have 2 mana. They're warping it for 1. Interesting. Huh. Why are they doing that? I guess they do have this. So they didn't need to, they could have warped for 2 if they wanted to. I wonder if this is just like a land or something. So remember, the thing about these manifested face down cards is that they can only be flipped face up if they are a creature. Not permanent, creature. And, that just means, okay, do I need to stop this from existing? I can stop it from existing next turn. I'm not worried about it. Okay, I'll take 2. I'll pass to damage. Alright, that's going to try and leave. That's fine. I don't mind that leaving. Zips away. Where are they going to put those counters? On Saz's Chocobo, maybe? No, they're putting it on the Druid of the Cowl. Cool. My turn. I'm going to activate Riverturn Monument. We are going to target our opponent to start milling them. And in response, we are going to double that trigger. So we're going to mill them 4 times. Now, we do still have this Phenomena Recorder. It just has no counters left on it, so it's not really useful anymore. Ooh, we do see the Lunar Insight, which is already counts as 3. We got 1, 2, and 3 just from our non-creatures. That's awesome. Do I want to just draw 3 cards? I don't know if I can afford that. I think maybe we wait a little bit. I'm going to play Kirill, just so I have a body. And I'm going to hold up Mana the Flash and Fresh Start. Okay, we got to play a little defensively here for a bit, unfortunately. Yeah. No, I mean, I made this, like, super, all it does is try and draw cards and get the combo. And it was a cool list, but it was just way too slow, it felt like. I want to at least participate in the game and, like, make blockers and remove my opponent's threats. They just left! I guess they've just been on 2 lands this whole time and they just gave up on it. Alright. Well, that's a boring game. I don't think I'm including that one in the actual final cut. Let me know if I did, I guess. I guess I'll know if I decided to do that or not. Unless you're watching on the stream bot, in which case it's not edited. Okay, Kirill Mill time. This is my old mill deck using Riverturn Monument from Aether Drift, souped up over the rest of last year. But then with Lorwyn, I've added Kirill to it and this cheeky little infinite combo. So I just kind of have multiple lines in the deck. It's not really going as hard into the combo as possible. We do have Personify, which is a combo piece. And that's kind of it. We do have some removal, which is nice. I don't know. 2 lands feels a little bad, but at least we can, like, guarantee we get both colors. I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to keep... I think 2 lands is usually enough. Depends on if you have things to do. Oh, and there's a third. So we can play this and immediately crack it for a Plains Vibrant Cityscape. Amazing they just have, like, 3 cards that are the exact same card, except for with different names. Even more amazing that one of them is, like, a card which was printed in a set in which some cards have flavor names anyway, so, like, it could have just been a flavor name version of, like, an Evolving Wilds. Whatever, I don't know. Alright, we're gonna play Island, and I don't think I need to worry about this yet. I have the removal, and it's like, ooh, you got removal, use me, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm just gonna be patient. Just gonna be patient. Just gonna be patient. Also, it's instant speed. This one's not, but this one is. If I really do feel like something terrible is on the stack, and I need to kill the Hinterland Sanctifier before it comes down, I can. So that's nice. I was actually considering throwing a little bit of life gain in this deck, because I do have that one card that mills equal to life. When this creature attacks, that's fine. And so a little bit of life gain could have been nice. I don't know. I've been having some hard time getting creatures, which is a real shame. Yeah, I'm fine. I think I have to just be okay with not being mana efficient. It's fine. My turn. We are gonna play another island. And do we just tempo out Go-Go? So Go-Go lets us copy activated or triggered abilities. They can go infinite a lot of ways, although they don't go infinite in this deck, oddly enough. Could they go infinite in this deck? No, because they need to tap. The thing is, if I play them, they probably get removed, right? You see this, you go, that's a mythic from Final Fantasy, a notoriously broken set. I gotta kill it, even if I don't know what it does. So I think it just dies, is the issue. But I gotta play something, right? I'll play it. It would have been nice to have some extra mana, because then I could have, like, protected it with Personify or something. Personify is one of these cool cards, so it's a combo piece in the deck, but you can use it as a really nice, like, protection piece, because it's a blank tool, or something like that, which is nice. I do wish it was a bit more flexible, like if it could target your opponent's stuff, or something like that, to, like, reset a creature with, like, 1,000,000 counters on it or something, like, or stop something from being attacking. Oh, okay, somehow this is stuck, and I don't know how to get rid of it on the screen anymore. That's really annoying. I'm going to play an island. Oh, there it goes. What do we got? Sunbless Healer. This is kicker, but otherwise just a 3/1 lifelink. I could wipe the board. I don't really care to. I guess we could just play Sheltered by Ghosts. Again, none of these people are really scaring me yet. It doesn't... I feel like I often spend my removal too early, so I'm getting really gun-shy now. I think we just have to let them have that. I just wish I was making game actions. I'm just not. Alright, I'll pass. End turn. Feels weird. At least I now have the open mana to be able to save Go-Go if I need to, which does feel good. I do like that. So maybe that's fine. Maybe that's okay. Dazzling Angel, that is just another one of these, except for it's flying, which is sweet, honestly. Please go away. Why can't I get that to go away? Pass. Good. Hit me. Hit me. I got a 2/4. What you gonna do? 4. You're tapped out. I can block. Okay, whenever it attacks, it does a thing. Yeah, I guess you might as well attack them. Like, why not, right? I guess, like, you might be a little scared that I have something. I don't. I'm just gonna block it. Dang. Alright, my turn. River Churn's coming down. That's a sweet one. River Churn is one of these cards that feels so good to me because it has the capacity to just, like, on its own, it can win a game. If you mill somebody with the first mode enough times, you can then exhaust with the second mode to clear someone out. It's such a good card. I was going to put music on and I forgot to. Oh well. That's fine. Cat Collector. That card's pretty good, right? When this creature enters, create a food, and when you gain life for the first time, create a cat. I can't remove both of their guys, so they are going to get a cat. So if I could remove both of them, maybe I'd try, but I don't think it's worth it here. Alright. Happens. Yep. Resolve. That's fine. We don't care about your life total. We have 2 win cons. One's infinite and the other one's mill. It does not matter to me. Does not matter to me. Swing in with the 2/3. Sweet. Now they're tapped out. I think this is the time. Do I actually get rid of the cat collector? I was thinking like I should get rid of the dazzling angel, but like actually I'm less scared of this than I am scared of the cat collector. Well, I can just hit it with the unable to scream next turn though before it does anything. Yeah, well, this does give them some life, but I don't think I care. I don't think them having an extra 1 point of life matters. So this is going to destroy their creature and then manifest, and because they're manifesting, that's another creature entering the field, so they're going to get another life. I don't think I mind that. We're milling them to 2. Heck yeah. Okay, we are now going to Riverturn Monument. It only costs 1 to Riverturn. We only had 2, so even if we wanted to, we couldn't have copied it, so I think this is fine. Beautiful cards. Excellent. There we go. Now, I could use another land, and I don't have it. That's a shame. I'm going to play the Unable to Scream on my cat, the cat collector. And I think, once again, we're just going to hold up Personify, and now that we've got some pieces on the field, we can just Riverturn, copy Riverturn every turn. So, no attacks, end the turn. Doing the thing. So they have 43 cards in their deck and 4 cards in their graveyard. Next turn, I'm going to mill them 2 or 4, depending on if I need to, like, you know, do something. So that's nice. Tribute to Hunger. Target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. You gain life with that creature's toughness. Let's do it. We are going to Personify Go-Go, which is kind of a shame because we have 2 combo pieces in our hand. And then we're going to let this resolve, and we are going to sacrifice the Shapeshifter. Sweet. That's what it's for. Look at that. If that was just a normal Blink spell, Go-Go would be dead. I couldn't have done that. That's so cool. I really like Personify. I do still wish it was better. It could be both. Alright. The thing is, like, Go-Go is walling all their stuff because they are not willing to let things die, even though they get damage through. Alright, they're passing to end step. We are going to Riverturn them. Get another 2 down. Boom, boom. Nice. 2 more lands off the top, which is awesome. Keep them on 3 lands. It's like land destruction. It's not like land destruction. We've got 4 mana. I think we just turn off their other life gain piece over here. And then we once again pass and try and just... We're just going to slowly whittle them down with the Riverturn Monument. That's all we're doing. All we're doing is Riverturning. Go-Go's interesting. It's certainly a card I wouldn't have bothered, like, crafting if I didn't just happen to open them. But, they're good. They're cool. Sometimes I wonder if I should include some of the combos you can do. So, Go-Go can copy a triggered ability X times. Even if that's only 1 time, if that ability untaps your board, and your board includes mana rocks, you could tap those mana rocks to pay for it. There's a triggered ability called Unstoppable Plan for Aether Drift, which untaps all of your non-lands at the end of your turn. So you can just make infinite mana that way. You have to then have some way of winning with that infinite mana, because it's end step mana, right? You have to have like an instant or something. But still, it's pretty cool. There we go. Okay, so they got a Johnny's Pridemate down. They now have a payoff for life gain. However, I did turn off their life gain. They don't have consistent life gain anymore, which is really nice. Target creature gets +2/+2. You gain 2 life. Hey, that'll do it. I don't know why you did that. It's only until end of turn, right? Why didn't you put it on, like, this guy or something? Oh, what? Okay. You know what? It's not for me to question. Okay, cool. We're going to once again mill you. We're going to, in response, double the trigger by having X be 1. And that will mill you again. 1, 2. 1, 2. I had this other version of Kirill which wanted to mill myself, and the problem with that one is it wasn't in blue. It was in black-red. So, you know, I do keep wondering, should I run like Vanishing Light? If I Vanishing Light or something, or actually probably better, Sheltered by Ghosts, I could copy that trigger and take out 2 things. I'm not too scared right now, so I think I will play the Sheltered by Ghosts, though. I want Gogo to stick around, and giving them ward would be useful, and I do think that the Ajani's Primate is going to grow, so we'll take out the Ajani's Primate with that. And once again, it's waiting because I could copy it. I don't want to copy it for a couple reasons. 1, Gogo would be tapped down. We don't want that. But 2, I kind of want that mana so I can keep, you know, doing the thing. So now I'm in a very strong position because I got Lifelink on my Gogo. They've got Ward. They don't want to attack. Sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. Going well. Going slow, but going well. Tribute to Hunger. You know what? You got me. I knew they had that in their deck. They played one before. Yeah. No, they got me. I can't respond to that. Boom. That stinks. All right. Well played. Well played. Emily and or Radisa. Cool. So now they're swinging it with everything because I don't have a blocker. Now 1 blocker stopped their whole board from attacking. Isn't that wild? That's a decent amount of damage. Alright. Cool. We do need to get a white source and then we can wipe the board. But we do need to draw a plains. So, top decking a plains. Let's see what we can do. That's not a plains. Okay. This is a little bit disappointing. We do have enough to mill them 15 cards. They would not lose. Okay, so how much damage do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. So I think I just have to play the Vanishing Light and hope they don't have any buff. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. Alright. Pass. Whew, dang, I was holding my own for so long, and now I'm gonna die because I just don't have a second white source. This is what I get for playing all basics. That's not true. I have some non-basics in the deck, but I tend to run basics. It's like, it's fine. That's me being lazy. I do have a number of cards I could run. Okay, that's fine. If you spend all of your mana killing that, I don't care. Again, I'm just waiting till I top deck a plains. I'm just waiting till I top deck a plains. Not a big deal. This is one of those decks where, again, like, if I just top deck that plains and I wipe the board, it probably can't ever recover. I don't even have to do anything. I can close out the game, but I don't have to even close out the game because it can't do anything. Cool. Actually, I'm down to 9. Am I going down to 2? That's pretty scary. All right, we're gonna mill you again. That's the plains, baby. Let's go. Okay. And we didn't even need 5 mana. We already had the Day of Judgment, so we could have done it for only 4, but we just needed 2 white sources. All right. If I milled them for 18, that would not kill them. So, I guess here's the question: Expel the Interlopers could theoretically keep some of my stuff alive, but this one's 4 mana, and I might not be able to afford it. Actually, let's do this one so that we can continue milling them. We do want to make sure we're advancing that clock. All right, so we're doing this. Again, this might just be a concession stand situation where they're like, oh, I guess I concede then, right? Like, I don't know what you do from this state, but honestly, I'm at 2 life. I have only 3 cards in hand. They might keep playing, right? They could very easily keep playing. I don't think they have any haste. I don't think they have any direct damage. As long as your life total is greater than your starting life total, it is, by a lot. Gets +1/+1 menace and additional +5 as long as your life total is 10 greater than your starting life total. It is. That is a 10/10. It is hexproof from instance. That's very important. You look at this and you go, oh, it's got hexproof. You don't even bother dealing with it. All my stuff is enchantments, so I actually can deal with it very easily. We'll mill them too. Boop, boop. That puts them at 27. I don't even need to do anything. I can literally just do this. Cool. Good game. I do wish that when you mill someone else, it would put a stop in their draw. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that in the same way that you're allowed to do something before you draw a card when there's like a Shieldred or some other card that does something when you draw, like a Etching Sketcher, whatever that card's called. I think that mill should also give you that stop. And like, sure, maybe if you have nothing to do, it doesn't do it. I don't want it to BM people, but I do want people to go, oh, I'm about to die. Crap. You know, and then they can like actually say like GG or something. Not that I'm asking for extra GGs. Cool. Well, we didn't get to see Kirill. Kirill literally didn't come up that game. Let's see if we can get one more with actually Kirill combo. That was the mill. Let's try the Kirill. That was the mill. Let's try to get Kirill. So it is Kirill combo time, or Kirill mill time. This is my old mill deck that I've revamped by adding a infinite combo to. I tried just doing the infinite combo on its own, and it kind of sucked. I could do it. I did it occasionally. You can do it as early as turn 4 sometimes. It's sweet, but it wasn't very reliable, and I would just not be able to close out games if I didn't get the combo. Whereas here, I've stuck it into a deck that's already quite effective. Okay. This is a 2-land hand, but one of them is a Jadur. And Jadur is basically not a land. Jadur is a spell as far as I'm concerned. So this is kind of a 1-card, kind of a 1-land hand. What else do we have? We can Unable to Stream. We can Phenomenal Recorder, which are two very good opens. There's nothing to do after that, though. There's no creature to blink with Personify. There's no spell to copy with Teach. Well, we could actually copy this, but that's going to be a ways on. We need 6 mana for that. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, we have 2 lands again, but we've got 2 removal spells that cost only 2. We've got a 3-drop. I think we cut the Dink spell, the Interlopers, and we go from there. We even have 2 board wipes, but we have to get rid of one of them. That's awesome. Okay, no, I feel very good about this. All right. Very good. Our opponent's on blue, playing Spectral Sailor at instant speed because awesome. I'm going to play the Terramorphic. I find usually my big problem is not getting a second white source. We need double blue to do some of our fancy mill stuff, but Kirill needs double white and our board wipes need double white. So the double white is more important. We're going to go into this. Do I care to deal with this? Probably not. And these are one of our removal spells, and they are instant speed. They're flash, so I'm just going to pass. Cool. Very, very good. What do we have over here? Simic Guildgate and a Druid of the Cowl. I might hit that. Bolt the Bird and all that, right? Might as well. Cool, cool, cool. I guess I could have dealt with it before they really... Well, they could always tap the mana response. I will hit the fresh start here on that. That removes all of its abilities and makes it basically useless in combat. Well, it could block really well, actually. I'm going to play a Plains. And let's give ourselves a Deep Muck Desperado. If they kill our Deep Muck, fair enough. You know what? Kill it. But this one, we have not seen yet in a game. It is a 3-mana 2/4 that when you commit a crime, such as using one of our removal spells, it's mostly removal spells, each opponent mills 3 cards. This ability triggers once each turn. Now that is a trigger, so Kirill, who copies triggers, can copy it. Also, it's an extra body that can copy things, which is sweet. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Great. Take 1 damage from the flyer, and they have 3 open mana. They need 4 mana to draw cards off of this, so that's pretty dang cool. We are out of lands, unfortunately, and I would like to have gotten some card draw. I don't see any good card draw, though. I think my best play here is just to play the Phenomena Recorder, and then I will pass so that the Fresh Start can go. It is worth pointing out that Deep Muck Desperado can trigger twice, once on my turn and once on my opponent's. But I don't have 2 crimes, so it's not a big deal. See, that's a 4/4. That's just a 4/4? Wow, that's basically vanilla. Wow, I'm impressed that they're playing this at all, but I'll take it. Cool. The thing is, like, even though I'm like, wow, why would you play that? I'm also like, I need to deal with that immediately. That's a 4/4. That will kill me. The fun thing about Fresh Start is it doesn't actually blank their power. It gives it -5, which sometimes is gonna still be enough to do things. I'm just gonna play my Kirill, get another body down. I have nothing to copy right now because I have no crimes I can commit right now, but that's okay. If only Kirill could copy a triggered ability of someone else, and I could use that to count as a crime. Oh well. Monster Hunter can kill me, so I don't want that to happen. I think... Do I want to shelter some ghosts? Or Mothwing Shroud? Their board's basically nothing right now. I mean, this will eventually kill me, and it can draw them out of a hole if they get stuck in one, but we gotta deal with the Mossborn Hydra. And as much as I would like to copy the ETB of Sheltered by Ghosts, then my board's down, and they don't have any attackers. The only attacker they have has flying anyway. Maybe we do that. You know what? I think I'm going to just cast the Sheltered by Ghost on my Kirill. We're going to get rid of this. That counts as that. Now, I could immediately copy this to mill them 3 more. I'm going to hold off on that, because I like to hold up my ability to copy the ward on this. So we're going to let that resolve, mill them 3, and we're going to resolve that. Very cool. Because when you have a big friend underneath... I didn't say that right. When you have someone under Sheltered by Ghosts, they want to kill that person. Now, this is a little bit cheesy. Like, in paper, I would say, hey, just so you know, I can copy the ward, so, like, make sure you can pay the ward if you're going to target this guy. But here, I don't expect my opponent to realize that's even an option, and I will gotcha them. Are they holding back? They're holding back. All right, we're going to keep taking one. They're getting us. We're going down. Wow, I'm stuck on lands is the big problem here. Like, I've got these things. I think that Go-Go is not going to work for us here. I don't think I need Go-Go. I'm going to play Mothwing Shroud. We are going to hit the Tatiova, because Tatiova is cracked. Now, once again, I'm not being attacked by anyone but in the air. The real question is, do I hold up the untapped creatures to double the ward ability? Or do I duplicate one of these? I think again, they don't have threats I really care about except for Tatiova. I'm going to let it go. Okay, Mothwing Shroud. Boom, very good. They're up to 9, which is not huge, but it's not bad either. I need some more lands, though. It's a good thing I've been able to deal with my opponent's stuff, because if I hadn't been able to deal with my opponent's stuff, I couldn't wipe the board, right? I need another land before I can wipe the board. Oh, that flyer. Yeah, that flyer's coming at me. Boom, boom, boom. And that's actual counters. So I need to actually deal with that. That kind of sucks. That's a real clock. I'm going to play Jadur as a land because I need the land desperately. And I think... Do I just pass? I might as well play the Master of Mimicry. I don't have anything else to do. Unfortunately, I'm probably like wiping the board next turn, so maybe that was a misplay. I'm not sure. Alright, yeah, no attacks. Do they swing at me when I have a 4-3? That's the real question. I don't know the answer to that. Okay, Mischievous Mystic. That makes extra flyers whenever they draw their second card on a turn. I think that card's pretty cool. It is unfortunately kind of hard to stick. It's only 2 mana. It should not be. It should actually be really good, but I don't know. I always find it a little bit awkward. Yeah, I think what I probably do is I hope they do not. Okay, if they attacked me with the 4-4, I probably would have traded off the Kirill and then tried to wipe the board. Because what's going to happen is that the Mothborn Hunter is actually going to come back as soon as the board's wiped, which is really bad for me. Yeah. If I'm unable to scream on the Spectral Sailor, that's shut down. Then they've got the 4-4 on the ground, then another 2-1 in the air. If only this was an ETB. If this was an ETB, I could copy it with something. It would have been really nice, but I can't. I have all these copiers, and I have nothing to copy right now. They have 3 cards. They're gonna get the Mossborn back. I think we move. We attack with Kirill. That's what we do. Yeah, okay, they took the bait. Sweet. That's exactly what we wanted. Very good. We got 4 life from that, and now we can board wipe. Unfortunate, but it had to be done. Cool. Nice. That puts us in a very good position. The board is wiped, and they have more lands than us and more cards. Actually, maybe this puts us in a bad position. Actually, this might not help at all. I'm not sure about this one. Should I hold off on this? No, I don't have a body to block. I think I just need to play the card. We can do a little bit of ramping to catch up on lands, though, with our Phenomenon Recorders. That's nice. Yeah, pass. Enter. Okay, we are top decking now, which is really not great. Okay, another Stomper. That's fine. Okay, this attacker's as defender. I can't remember. It just becomes a 0-2. It actually can attack. Cool. Yeah, results. Alright, very good. Pass damage. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. I will crack this. And I will double it. I will find another blue source and another white source. Very good. Crap, that's not good. Okay, so they have 6 damage on the field. I just need to top deck something. I really just need to top deck something. I think we just play the space-time anomaly and hope for the best. That's such a rough situation. Alright, we're empty-handed. End turn. If we find a river turn, we just win, so that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we would have actually won it anyway. No, you need 6 to do it all in 1 turn, so I would need an 8 to double it in 1 turn. So we're in top deck mode. Sucks, but it is what it is. Ow, ow. Good. We're down to 4. We will once again crack this. We will once again copy this. We will find one of each color. Land type, whatever. And Jadur. Jadur doesn't do it. Jadur does not do it. GG. Alright, cool. That sucks. That sucks, but it is what it is. Oh, that is so rough. That is so rough. You have all the removal. You have all the wipes. And it just isn't enough. It's just not enough. Dang it. Alright, Kirill, mill time. After the first... So I've had a few rough games with this deck, and I really think it just needs more card draw. Like, I had a version that was all card draw, and it just tried to get to the combo as quickly as possible. And if it drew the combo, it won, and if it didn't draw the combo, it lost, and it was just kind of miserable. But I'm having games where I'm just wiping the board every turn, dealing with every threat, and then just running out of cards and losing. Okay, we have got 2 lands. They're both evolving wilds. If we use the first one and find a land, then we use the second one. We need to actually have 3 lands, like 2 lands and a evolving wilds to make Phenomenon Recorder work, so I'm not a huge fan of that. We do have Entity Tracker, though, and this is one of our best, speaking of card draw, one of our best draw engines. So I really kind of want it. I just don't know if we can afford it. We have no bodies on the field. I think we have to mulligan. Okay, that's great. We got 2 Entity Trackers. We've got Deep Muck Desperado. I'm going to say we keep this 6. And I guess we get rid of the space-time anomaly. This one's not hugely important anyway, so But it is kind of funny that it's one of the best targets for Teach by example. Like for 6 mana, you can mill somebody like 40 cards. It's kind of hilarious. So it does feel a little bad getting rid of it, but I think it's just probably correct. Alright, let's play this and crack it for a white source right out the gate. There we go. Next. Alright, plays the plains, plays an Authority of the Consuls. Okay, so, full disclosure, there is a infinite combo in this deck. And it requires us, our opponent to not have a 30 of combos. Basically, it needs creatures to enter untapped for it to function. So this actually shuts off the combo if we don't get rid of it. Now, we have plenty of enchantment removal. It's not a huge deal, but it is true. Oh, I love a 3-mana 2/4. My favorite stat line is 3-mana 2/4, and we've got 2 of them? This is a 2/3. If they gain any life... Oh, it's going to enter tapped anyway. It doesn't matter. It's going to enter tapped. Do we play the Deep Muck? I think I'm going to play the Entity Tracker. Oh, I could have flashed that in. I always forget I could flash that in. Crap. I was just thinking about it, and then I just was like, yeah, I think this is the right play, and I just played it. No, if I flashed that in, they wouldn't have got the extra counter. They probably wouldn't remove it. Here, there's a chance they can actually remove it. Very disappointing. Okay, they did everything. This is not a huge deal. It's a bit annoying because we're taking 1 extra damage, but it's 1 extra damage. It's not a big deal. I'm okay with that. Unfortunately, we don't have any enchantments in our hand, which I think we usually have enchantments, so that's kind of a bummer. And we have no lands. I think we just pass and we play another Entity Tracker next turn, and we really just hope that we start top decking enchantments. That's a lot of damage on the field. They might not attack because, I don't know, they're afraid I have open mana. But, yeah. Okay, Leonin Vanguard comes down. What does this do again? Beginning of combat on your turn. If you control 3 or more creatures, this gets +1 and you gain a life. Oh! Okay, well that's just gonna happen. Sure. Yeah. 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 Okay. Guess I'll pass. No blocks. Take 5. Down to 12. That's not amazing. Play the Entity Tracker. That enters tap. That gains them a life. We got a Sheltered by Ghost. We're going to play a Sheltered by Ghost on one of our Entity Trackers. Going to get rid of the Ajani's Pridemate. As much as I do very much think the Cat Collector is good and is going to flood the board, we kind of can't afford it right now. We get to draw 2 cards off of that. Oh, amazing. We even have enough to play a second Unstable to Screen. Play that over here. We get 2 more card draws off of our Entity Trackers. This card is so sweet. I feel like people don't talk about it that much. That is awesome. We could even swing in and gain some life ourselves if we want to. And they are not going to be attacking us with their board, probably. This will get +1/+1 on combat on their turn, though. So maybe they'll bother attacking. I'm guessing they're not going to attack. Oh, they could spend all 3 of these to kill our Entity Tracker, though. That would give them back Ajani's Pridemate. I have to pass. Yeah, I have to pass. I don't know if they would bother spending all 3 to block it, but I think it would have been correct for them to, so I'm not going to give them that option. If I thought it was wrong of them to, then I would give them that option, you know? Ooh, that's scary stuff. Okay. Ha, they got too big. That's so funny. Because they triggered twice, they no longer are small enough to be unblockable. Huh. I don't want to block it. 6 damage. I'm going down to 6. Do I block that? I can kill one of them. I gain 3 life. They get back at Johnny's Pridemate. I'm down an Entity Tracker. I have no board wipe in hand. If I had a board wipe, I'd be like, trade that off, wipe the board, it'd be great. But I don't. So... I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna try blocking. Is that risking it? I don't know which is risky in this situation, to be honest. Cool. All right, we don't have the board wipe still. That's upsetting. They get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Minimum 8 damage. If I play a creature, this is getting 2 counters. Oh, this was a mistake. Yeah, no, this was bad. I shouldn't have done that. Well, would it have changed anything? Not sure. Maybe. Really hard to say. We need a white source so that we can... You have a plains in hand. I have a plains in hand, but I can't use it this turn, so it's whatever. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I don't think I can do anything. I've just passed. I have to pass. I probably have to block with my Entity Tracker. Ooh, brutal. Brutal. I could play creatures, but they're going to enter tapped, and they're going to feed the Ajani's Pridemate. I can't do it right now. I have to wait. Oh, interesting choice. I like it. I like it. I respect that. I was not expecting it, though. Like, they were mono white so far. This is the first time we've seen them play a swamp. Okay. Food, even. Hey. It does what it do. Pass. Resolves. Mm-hmm. Yeah, up to 5. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Pass. I think we use the... As much as we actually have... And we don't have an infant, though, because we haven't dealt with these third of consoles. So even though we have 2 combo pieces, we can't rely on top decking the third combo piece. So I think what we do here is we pass, we block here, and then in response, we personify. So they're blocked. They're going to get some more life, which sucks for me, but it's fine. Yeah, no, it resolves. Yeah, and then they're going to hit me for 3, going down to 9, still able to survive. Pass. That's the board wipe. Let's go. All right, let's see. Anything we can do? The eventual Blood Witch is going to hit us for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We die. We die because of Delny. An ability of a creature you control with a power 2 or less triggers. Ability triggers additional time. Oh, brutal! That's so brutal. Yeah, we have 6 mana. If I had another spell, like maybe I could kill it first, but I can't. I can't do it. Yeah, no, GG. GG. They got me. They got me. Can't deal with it. I'm dead. You know, that was Expel the Interlopers. I wonder if it was possible to not die there. Like, strategically leave certain pieces alive or something. I didn't think about it. Maybe that might have been a throw. That might have been a throw. I think I would have lost anyway. Like, I had to deal with their board, and they put me in a situation where it was either deal with their board and die, or don't deal with their board and die, right? That was a cool game, actually. I quite like that. I am having a bit of a frustrating time. I'm trying to show off my cool combo. Alright, Kirill combo time, or Kirill mill time. This is my old mill deck that I have updated with an infinite combo using Kirill Apprentice, Attentive First Year. That's what it's called. And I quite like it, but I have been having a little bit of trouble. You don't need to watch all the fails. I mean, unless they're cool. Like, I just had a good game that maybe will end up in the cut because I thought it was a cool game. But, you know, I don't want this video to be 2 hours long. What do we got? This is a good hand. I like this. We've got 3 lands. If I have to play a Jador, that's okay. It's kind of a backup. And then we've got Unwanted Remake to clear things out for cheap. We've got Mothwing Shroud to clear things out for more expensive. We got a good blocker. We got it. Yeah, okay. Sweet. Keep this hand. Love to see that. The question is, do I try to tempo out the Jador? I think I do. I'm going to play it. It enters tapped, so it's nice to, you know, not have it enter tapped later when it matters. But... you could save it. You can save it and cast a big spell. You want to spend 6 mana. Alright. This doesn't scare me. Next. I do hope my opponent is going Mirror. I know that, like, Spyglass Siren is just a meta card, but I do kind of hope they're going Mirror Form. That would be really funny. I do not have a copy of Mirror Form. I haven't picked one up. I've thought about it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just think it's funny. Cool. All right. I had so much card draw last game. I couldn't do anything with it. It was really disappointing. So one of the main card draw engines in this deck is Entity Tracker. It's a Duskmourn card that says whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, or you unlock a room, whatever, set mechanic, you draw a card. And it's really good, and I had 2 of them on the field, and I was constantly playing enchantments to remove my opponent's stuff, and I still couldn't do it. It wasn't enough. Was not drawing what I needed to draw. Okay, my guy just died to something. What's this? Tragic Trajectory. 1 mana. If you avoid, you can give -10, which I think is what they did. Cool. A little disappointing. I need that plains. I think we just have to play this, which is kind of whatever. 2/2, because that's a counter now from something. I don't know what gave it a counter. Something for them. Oh, the map. The map gave it a counter. Do they want to keep this on top? They kept that on top. Maybe I actually hit them with the Unwanted Remake. You know what? You kept it on top. Unwanted Remake, please. Unwanted Remake makes them Manifest Dread, which does mean I kind of upgraded their guy, right? They were previously a flyer and now they're a grounder, but still, they're, you know, it's a 2/2 body. It's a 1/1. Although it had a counter, so I guess it breaks even. Either way, I mostly did it because I wanted them to mill the top card of their deck because I thought that was funny. I mostly did it because I thought it was funny. And this might just be a land. If it ends up killing me, that's also funny. I'm going to go find a plains. I need a second plains to play Kirill. I need it to do board wipes. Very important stuff. Pass. Alright, so they're up to 4 lands. Very good. A nice, clean, fair game. Sometimes you win a game and your opponent, you're like, my opponent had 2 lands. I don't even feel good about this win. Alright, so they did not mana split that face up. If it was they have 4 open mana and they didn't flip it face up, it's probably not a creature. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to play our Kirill. Get them down. Now, Kirill can't do anything without their creatures on the field. Oh, do they have counter spells up? I mean, they did life up 4 mana. I can't complain with that. That is totally reasonable. I'm not that concerned. We'll crack this. Again, I didn't have another creature. This deck probably does need a few more like cheap bodies. I think Zora would be really good in this deck. Again, I had a previous version that was all in on combo, and that all in on combo had just like helpful hunters and stuff, just like bodies to enter and like cantrip themselves, draw another card. So that felt kind of good, but I don't know. This is the version I'm using right now. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying it's the version I'm using right now. Give me for 2. Cool. Great. Another Evolving Wilds. Wow, okay. Great. They don't have a counter spell. This is just a guy. Cast spell during your opponent's turn. Got it. I'll hit him with it. I get to mill them. That's always nice. Mills 3. Do they wish to respond? They do not wish to respond. Play our Evolving Wilds. I might hold off on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 mana. I can hold off on the Evolving Wilds. So one of the things the deck can do is ramp pretty aggressively if I can get trigger copiers. Go-Go does it and Phenomena Recorder does. Unfortunately, Kirill does not, which is kind of awkward, but I digress. Cool. That's flashing in on their own turn for some reason. I guess because they wanted to tap down my stuff so they could attack with a 2/2. I don't know. That's fine. I don't really mind that. I mean, they're a good blocker. 2/4 is a great stat line, but it doesn't actually matter to me, you know? Other than, like, if I do get another Kirill, I can't tap them, I guess. That's kind of it. What are they doing? Okay, there we go. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave up the Evolving Wild so I can copy its activated ability later if I need to. I don't know what ramping a ton would actually do for me, but it'd be kind of cool. Maybe I should run Felidar Retreat in this deck. That would be pretty funny. Like, white can't really ramp that aggressively, so doing Felidar Retreat with, like, Phenomena Recorder or Go-Go does sound kind of funny. Again, I don't have anything that I'm scared of right now. I think I just pass and I wait. I hate being in games where all I'm doing is passing and drawing and passing and drawing and waiting until something happens, but, you know, I probably shouldn't be so against it. It's fine, you know? It just takes a little bit longer to get where you want to go, that's all. I do want to try putting more card draw on this. I'm trying out a single weird card draw spell. It wouldn't even help me right now. It would draw me 1 card in this current board state, which kind of sucks. Well, kind of. Actually, yeah, no, it would be 1 card, because if I play my Mothman Shroud, it even still is only 1. What's this do? Destroy target creature or enchantment opponent controls. Oh, interesting. You lose life equal to permanent mana value. Is this card in Standard? That's not a Standard symbol. Am I not in the Standard queue? What is happening? Yeah, sure, that happens. I don't care. That's okay. I'd say it would have drawn me 2 cards. I forgot I had that aura. That aura would have counted, so I, whatever. Pass 2 attacks. 2, 4, 6. 6 is kind of a lot, actually. I'm gonna zap this guy. I get to mill them 3 as well, which is nice. And then they have to manifest dread, which is another mill of 1.5. If I wipe the board, all these cards turn into mill. This is the funny thing. Either way, it's not in the deck, so it still kind of mills too. Cool. Alright, pass. Hit me for 4. Ow, ow. Yeah, I got some ideas of how I might want to rework this deck, actually. So, I don't know if this is, like, going to be a good video or not, because I'm going to end the video being like, I should change things. My turn. Okay, that's not useful to me. Huh. I'm realizing the risk with Mothwing Shroud, right, is if I hit the face down card with it, and it's not a creature, or even it is a creature with an ETB or something, if it's a permanent, all they have to do is destroy the Mothwing Shroud and they get the full value of that permanent. I don't think they're going to have like a huge scary thing, but I'm a little bit concerned that they might. So 2, 4, 6, 1 in the air. I do have a blocker. I don't think I can afford to risk it, unfortunately, because I'm at 7. So if they can tap down my guy, which they probably can, problems. That mills 3. We're going to get rid of this. What was it? Not a permanent. Sweet. That's awesome, actually. Normally, if they get rid of the... it's like hitting a token with a Mothwing Shroud. It's gone forever, right? They're never getting it back. If this dies, this just goes into the... it just turns into a... it goes to the graveyard. That's the word. The word for this thing, and that's what it is. Alright, hit me with the 1/1. Cool. I do have a 2/4 blocker. They have 3 cards. I got 1 card. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. Ow. Oftentimes at these sort of board states, I will just hold lands in my hand anyway. So the idea that I'm not cracking this volume wall actually makes total sense to me. Looks like they might have some counter spells. Ooh, they didn't do it though. Huh. Interesting. Okay. The thing is, like, if I do decide to just, like, ramp a ton, because I could. If I wanted to, I could ramp a ton next turn, which is really funny to me. There's no payoff, you know. A Bitter Triumph. Interesting. What was the additional cost? They paid 3 life. That's fair. I haven't done any damage to them. Yeah. I mean, that happens. Well done. You got it. No attack. End the turn. So they're whittling me down 1 point at a time. That's a little disappointing. Don't like that. Venomous Dread's a weird mechanic. Because, like, I don't know. It so often just isn't a creature, you know? If it lets you, like, cast the spell or something, it'd be a really cool mechanic, but it doesn't. So, it's not. Okay, well, we got another blocker that's going to at least hold us down for another turn. That's something. No attacks. End the turn. Oh, I hate being in top deck mode, but it is what it is. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Even if I had card draw on the deck, what do I spend my turn drawing cards and then pass and then die? Because I didn't play a body? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I will take that. Let's destroy all creatures. Alright, Rise of Sozin. Destroy all creatures. Second mode, choose a creature, choose a card name, search your opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 copies of that card. And last mode, flip this into a 5/5 menace. So this is just like, I can't get through. I'm going to use this as my sort of like punch through effect, right? I'm gonna just like punch through, and we're not gonna have to worry about this. Probably I should have waited a turn or 2 on that one, because like I don't care if they exile some cards from my library. Probably, like, what are they gonna exile? I guess I might as well get rid of it. Creature of the Schism, cool. Whenever this creature attacks, the player with the most life or tied for the most life, sure. Create a 1/1 vampire with lifelink. Whenever this attacks, while you have the most life, draw a card and lose a life. Gotcha. That is good. I've heard that card's good. Enduring Tenacity. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Oh! Well, their hand's empty, so the odds seem pretty good I'm not immediately dead. However, I might be immediately dead. Okay, we're in a bad situation. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. They're swinging at me for 6 damage. I have to cast Lunar Insight and then hope I get a 2-drop. Do I have any 2-drops in this deck? I have some blue, like, enchantments that could turn off an attacker. This is just cycling. This is just cycling. There's not. It's just cycling. Should have cracked that land. Should have cracked that land. All right, GG. That's it. I'm outie. Oh, do I update this deck? Dang it. It was going so well until I start recording. Isn't that always the way? All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the list. Let's take a look at the list. How long have I been recording for? Hour and a half? Hour and 20? Cool. Got a pack. Let's open it. We got Furdock's Core. We've got a Pestered Wellguard. We got a Wild Unraveling. That's kind of cool. Oh, it's a counterspell. That's not the card I thought it was. Blight Rot. This one's cool. And Lasting Tarfire. 2-mana enchantment. Beginning of each end step. If you put a counter on a creature, this enchantment deals 2 damage to each opponent. It's each end step, not just your own. So that could deal a lot of damage. For only 2 mana, I think Impact Tremors is usually better, is the funny thing. But, yeah, maybe. And a Blood Crypt. Cool. Nice. Anyway, let's take a look at how I built this deck, because it has not been performing well in the first few test games. That feels bad to me. I don't like that. So let's throw in Zora. I think Zora could be really good. How many creatures do I have in the deck, period? Type creature. We don't have that many. Like, I'm finding I just can't get bodies on board, and there's a reason for that, turns out. It's that I don't have any creatures in the deck. So that's annoying. So let's get some creatures. Let's see. Type creature and then Oracle token. Give me find me a creature that makes a token body. I could get a Dwarven Castle Guard. Don't really like this card that much, but it might be fine. We've got one of these. There's like a few of these. Like this one is a 1-mana flash, makes a 1/1. This is a 2-mana flash, make a 1/1. This is a 2-mana flash, make a 1/1 as well. They're both the same, but they care about different creature types. Soldier is a supported type, and Ally is a supported type, although not really in my deck. I found Momo to be quite good in a different version of this list, because you can kind of like bounce and flicker them, and like the Scry 2 can like help you dig for your combo in piece, and it's like a flyer and it has vigilance. I could see that being quite good. What are you bouncing them with? I don't remember. Oh, with Personify. Just like Blink, I meant. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, let's throw those in there. That seems like a decent amount of creatures. Let's call that good for the time being. Also, Vigilance is great for being able to tap down to Kirill. That's nice. Other than that, is this combo kind of the backup plan? And if it is, do I even need to bother having Deep Muck Desperado? I like Deep Muck Desperado, but I have a lot of creatures with this same type line, like 3-mana 2/4. I think the 3-mana 2/4s are good. I don't think you need to have less creatures. In fact, I don't know. I had one game where I drew a bunch of Pinnacle Star Cages and my opponent had nothing that cost 2, and it was like, dang, what a dead card in my hand. Maybe this sucks. But, like, also it's going to save you from all the 2-drops that are just, like, absolutely flooding the board. I think you guys gotta have it. It's a necessary evil. These are doing fine. These are doing... Honestly, Shelter by Ghost has performed so poorly. The word 2 is nice, but it just, like, the creature dies, and what are you gonna do? Also, I kind of want to do stuff with Personify, so that's a thing. Teach by Example doesn't really do anything, which sucks. And I don't need Space-Time Anomaly. It's funny, but I don't need it. I wish I had a way of, like, this is the core combo, right? Personify, Teach by Example, and Kirill. But it's a completely different combo than the rest of the deck. Now, it's only a 3-card combo, so it doesn't matter that it doesn't interact with the rest of the deck. Personify can help us blink things like, as a protection piece. We can blink Entity Tracker or Go-Go to, like, not have them die, which is nice. But it's a lot of mana to hold up if that's all we're using it for. So I don't know how good that is. I'd rather it be attached to something that has a strong ETB. Is there anything that ETB mills? Enters. Mills. Mills plural. We do have this one, which I don't run, even though I do run enchantments in this deck, which is kind of funny. So maybe I should be. I don't know. So it's 0-3 body that you can, like, gum up the board with early game. I could see it being good, actually. When this enters, target player mills 2 cards and you gain 2 life. No, this is not a bad idea, though. 0-3 is just a good blocker. I could see that working well. How much does this mill? Mills 3 cards? Boring. For 5 mana, I would like more than that. Exile up to 1 target non-creature non-land card from that player's graveyard. For as long as you control Hama, you may cast the exiled card during your turn, waterbending X. I don't think I'm getting enough junk that I can waterbend with. If waterbend includes enchantments, maybe, but otherwise I don't think so. How many lands do I have in this deck? 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That seems fine. Yeah, throw in the Scrabbling Skull Crabs. We could use some more creatures. I could see that being good. I need to cut 4 cards. The board rips have felt necessary, not just like good, but necessary. Heroes felt bad. Like, I think the thing is, like, this is a deck that's about... It's about milling. And then you have Kirill as kind of this weird, like, just a combo piece that's not really doing anything with the rest of the deck, which sucks. Oh, I also put in Lunar Insight. This card felt bad. I played it once to draw 3, and it was fine. And then I played it once and drew 1, and it felt awful. So, you know, your mileage may vary. This deck has no card draw right now. If only I could, like, do something with my own graveyard, because all this mill, like, a lot of it could target me. Not all of it, but a lot of it could target me. So being able to do that would have been nice. What can we do with that? Like, Hero being able to copy a triggered ability. There's so many cool triggered abilities. Attacks trigger. That's not correct. Whenever attacks is what I wanted to say. Anything really cool? Whenever this attacks, tap a guy, sure. Whenever this creature attacks, tap any number of untapped creatures. That doesn't help because we can only pay that once. Whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card into play. That could be sweet, but not really what we're doing here. Dauntless Veteran, Meander's Guide. This one's a cool one if I was in Merfolk, because you can resurrect some like really cool things. So the way this one works is whenever this creature attacks, you may tap another untapped Merfolk. So let's say I got 2 Merfolk, I attack with them. One of them is Meander's Guide. I can tap down the Meander's Guide, and I can tap down my other guy to resurrect something from my bin. Now the thing is, the wording here is not if you do, it's when you do, which makes a second trigger. So if I also have Kirill and another creature, I can tap down those 2 to copy that trigger. Now, is that useful? Probably not. That seems like way too much work. That's 4 creatures on the field. What? So yeah, not really reasonable. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets plus X. X number of creatures you control. It could be cool. I'm not really doing combat damage here though. Creature attacks, untapped, target, non-land permanent. There are some interesting blue cards that cared about milling on attack. This mills yourself. What's this one do? When this vehicle attacks, target creature explores. Interesting. Veteran Ice Climber is on attack. Target player mills cards equal to its power. That is copyable. And this has vigilance. I don't think I have any way of giving it more power, but it's interesting. It does make me think about, how does the Mind Skinner word it? I think the Mind Skinner is a replacement effect. The Mind Skinner can be blocked if a source you control would deal damage, prevent that damage, each opponent mills. So this doesn't even help, because it's not a trigger that we can double. So that's not helpful either. I would just want some card draw. And of course, if I can only copy it once per round, I want it to be the biggest card draw I can possibly get. But there's just not really any good, like... can I use this or that in this? I'm not sure. Let me check. I'm going to try the syntax of when or beginning. That does work. Okay, great. And now we want to say Oracle draw. But we also want to say cards, because we want it to be plural. What do we have? We have, when this enters, draw 2 cards. That's something we could copy theoretically. Creatures are better because we can actually tap the creature as it enters, which is sweet, or like when it enters. So whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. Sure. Aether Siphon. You can just spend 2 and tap it to draw a card. This card's actually really good. I should use it more often. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent mills 2. I had a mill deck that was entirely built around just getting Aether Siphon online and then, like, wheeling yourself. It was kind of sweet, actually. I like that deck a lot. Kiora. I hear Kiora's good. I don't know if I believe it. Steam Core Scholar. Everflowing Well. Another one of those ETBs. You get to mill 2, then draw 2. Not bad. I don't have anything that cares about stuff in my graveyard right now, so it's not, like, hugely relevant, but yeah, it's interesting. When this enters, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. Okay. Beginning of your end step, if 8 or more cards are in your graveyard, this turns into a crappy vehicle. Okay. I guess it's a good vehicle, but it's like a vanilla vehicle, right? Didactic Echo, 5 mana. I might be dead before then. This creature enters, draw a card. Sure. Fear of Failed Tests. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw that many cards. Now, that could be fun, but it has no evasion. It's not dealing damage to anybody, so it's not relevant. When this enters, draw 2 cards. It costs 5 mana, though. That might... Well, it's not a creature. Yeah, I don't see it. This one, when it enters, you bounce things. It's the Omen side of it that is drawing cards. Draw 3, discard 1. Not terrible. Actually, that's not bad at all. As a 4 mana instant, like, I'll spend 4 mana to draw 3 cards sometimes. Being able to... You have to discard a card, but it's instant speed, which is like a pretty good upside. I'm kind of curious about Marina Vendrill's Grimoire. I opened a copy of this and I went, that's funny. I tried it in a couple decks, but draw 5 cards. That's 10 cards. If you have no maximum hand size, you don't lose the game. Okay. Shining Striker is not going to work. We don't have enough Vivid. And then we've got 5 mana, draw 3 cards, discard a card. Hey, that's the thing we saw earlier. Wick is not relevant, and we don't have red in this deck. Stop pretending like we have red in this deck. Let's take a look at our colorless, because maybe there's something. 4 mana, when it enters, draw 2 cards, discard 1. And then Ugin. I'm not running Ugin. So, now let's, instead of say draw, let's say into your hand. Because we might be able to find something that doesn't technically draw, but it does give us exactly what we're looking for. Frontier Seeker finds us planes and stuff. This one finds us artifacts, I guess. Living Phone. It would be fun to do Tempest Talk. Creature deals combat damage to players. Search your deck for Temp Talk. You can do it twice. Delivery Moogle used to be in this deck, actually. It used to be the main way that I found my River Churn Monument, and it was kind of sweet. I kind of miss it. Now, doubling this is not super relevant to me. Like, I get to find 2 things mana value 2 or less. What do I get, like 2 River Churn Monuments? It's like, whatever. So that's not really that helpful. Living Phone. When this dies, look at the top 5 cards. Put power 2 or less creatures into your hand. Star Charter, 4 mana. If you gained or lost life this turn, look at the top 4 cards in your library. Reveal a creature, power 3 or less. Put it into your hand. Okay. That could be interesting. I don't know how I'd gain or lose life, though. Staunch Crewmate. Codecracker Hound. I remember playing this in Limited and kind of liked it. 3 mana, 2/1. Enters, look at 2 cards, 1 hand, other into your graveyard. So it's like a sleight of hand for way more mana than it should be. But you can warp it for 3. So it kind of is like... It's like, imagine if Sleight of Hand said, for 3 mana, look at 2 cards, put 1 of them into your hand, and then return Sleight of Hand to your hand. But it can't, only once. Right? The second time you can't do that. Seems bad. I actually had a version that was running Dragonologist for a while. Look at 6 cards? That's sweet. Simsync Appraiser, 3 mana. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand, the other to your graveyard. It's this one. They did it. Look at that. Transit Mage can find us a 4 or 5 artifact, which I don't have in this deck. Other decks, sure, but not this one. Micromancer. Find a mana value 1 spell. I do have some mana value 1 instance now. Unwanted Remake is 1. That's it. 6 mana. When this enters, look at 5 cards. Separate them into piles. An opponent chooses one of the piles. Put that pile into your hand. The other into your graveyard. This seems bad. Central Elevator. When you unlock this room, search for a room. Unlock this door, search for a room, sure. Serena. Love Serena. She can find us an aura or an equipment, which could be useful in some scenarios, but not what we're doing right now. A bunch of stuff. Oh, this is a hybrid. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards on the top of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. Actually kind of like this card. It is a creature. And then you can exile from your graveyard to give this ability to a different creature. I don't know how we're going to get damage through, but it's kind of like an aura in a lot of ways. Right? You just like it's like an aura you can cast from your graveyard by exiling it. Also gives a counter. This card's sweet, actually. I should play Skivix more often. I should play Skivix more often. I only have 1 copy, so that's probably why I don't play it much. I tend to, like, I don't know, one of those feel wrong to me sometimes. Like, if they're intentional, sure, but if you're doing it because, like, you don't have the second copy, I feel like I'd rather just not run them at all. Maybe that's stupid, but that's how I feel about it. Skivix the Augmenter. I think this would be good if I had, like, a Skyglass Siren or something. Like, something that could actually get in. Reliably being able to draw, like, look at 2 and draw 1 seems really nice. This is a Flamekin. It only finds mountains, islands, and elementals. It's not useful to me. I don't think. Are you an elemental? You're a crab skeleton. Yeah, that makes sense. This one, how do you work? 5, reveal a lesson, saga, or a shrine. No, that's not useful to me. That could be kind of a fun deck, but it's not what we're doing here. Mardu Monument. Enters, search for basic mountain, plains, or swamp. Put it onto your hand. Boring. Enters, search your library for a basic island, mountain, or plains. Put it into your hand. Still boring. And Gathering Stone. Enters, choose a creature type. Spells you cast cost less. Beginning of your turn, you get to put a thing in your hand. Or surveil 1. Huh. I don't know what type I would choose, but this is kind of intriguing. Interesting. Is there anything we can do other than those two triggers? Draw cards or into your hand. Is there another, like, return? I guess, like, maybe you can immediately cast. Let's say, like, without paying. Without paying. What do we have? We have Murata. Love Murata. So cool. We've got Kotis, not relevant. And we've got Ugin, not relevant. Okay. No, I don't think so. We could try something like Discover. But I don't think there's any Discover that's relevant here. Yeah, not really. You could Discover off of these. I did have a red deck that used Kirill to Discover. That was really fun, but that's not what we're showcasing today, so doesn't matter. And then I don't think we have like Cascade. Are there any other like keywords that do this? That's the thing, right? Is that if there's a keyword that does something, you're not gonna find it by like. Yeah. Did I say into your hand? Wait, did I say into your hand? I think I might have. To your hand. That's like different. Oracle when or Oracle beginning. Because we're looking for triggers. 4 mana seems like a lot. Return target creature mana value 2 or less from graveyard to your hand. Okay. Shepherd of the Clouds, 5 mana. Return a permanent mana value 3 or less from graveyard to your hand. If you control a mount, put it on the battlefield. This one's kind of interesting to me. It's on enters, which means if we blink it with our personify, that changeling is a mount, and it would immediately let us res something directly to the battlefield. That's kind of sweet. Again, I only have 1 copy of it, and it's 5 mana, so I'm probably not going to, but it's an interesting idea. Storm Chaser's Talon. What's this do? I hear people like this card. When this enters, create a 1/1. When it becomes level 2, return an instant or sorcery. Huh. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, create a 1/1. Interesting. So, ETB, you make a 1/1. Great. Good. Nice to have a body. You could technically, like, tap something down in Kirill to make a second 1/1 if you care for some reason. What's interesting, though, is when this becomes level 2, return an instant or sorcery. So if I had, say, a 1/1 and Kirill, and then I spent 4 mana, instead of spending 4 mana to, like, draw 2 or 3 cards or something, I'd be spending 4 mana to draw a specific instant or sorcery from my graveyard, basically. Which could be useful. There's not a ton of instant sorceries in this deck, so it's not that good. Stuff that keys off of, like, non-creatures would be a lot better in this deck. A lot of non-creatures, not that many instant sorceries. But still, like, if maybe I even mill myself a bit so that I can, like, fill my bin as, like, a secondary hand. Then we can hit 4, move something into my hand, tap Kirill and an Otter. Now I get 2 things. That's, like, not a bad rate. Interesting thought. Kishlaw Trawlers, 3 mana, 3/2. When it enters, you may exile a creature from your graveyard, and if you do, you return it instant or sorcery. Now, notably, this is a when you do, actually, not if you do, unlike what I said, which means that we can copy the when you do part, which is kind of interesting. This is not in our colors. This is not in our colors. This is not in our colors. Dawnblessed Pennant. As this enters, choose a type. Whenever a permanent you control of that type enters, you gain a life. Cool. Eden Seek the Sanctum. Cool. Oh, interesting. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. I looked for the word when. This doesn't say when. It does actually. It says 5 mana, tap, mill 2. Then you may sacrifice this. When you do, return another target permanent card. So, unlike the other ones would let me return instants and sorceries, this could let me fetch permanent cards from my bin, which could be nice. I don't know if that would ever save me, because, like, if I'm spending 5 mana, don't I just die next turn? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know, if I was streaming on Twitch, there'd be, like, information that I'm streaming, like, Magic. I wonder if, like, YouTube knows that, too. I've been thinking about using the Cryogen Relics as well. Let's try putting these back in the deck and see how that feels. I like eating my piranhas. Do I only have 1 copy of that for some reason? Where are my piranhas? Wait, where are my piranhas? Where are my piranhas? Oh! They just removed them. They didn't put them into the main board. I'm sorry. I just assumed that that's what that would do. I don't use the sideboard much. I only have 1 Eden Mike piranhas. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Can't argue with that. That's probably why I cut it in the first place. 6 cards to cut, huh? And honestly, I've been kind of having trouble with my land, so let's add like 1 more plains. So 7 cards to cut. This is our distribution. I don't think I can go lower in creatures without just dying. Instants, sorceries, artifacts. The truth of the matter is, if I cut the combo 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we would just be at a mill deck. And it would be a good mill deck, too. That's probably the thing to do, unfortunately. I have learned that I do quite like Teach by Example as a way of protecting your pieces from mill. But I do kind of think that I might just copy this. Photo mill 2026. And we're gonna just we're just gonna cut the combo. Woo! I learned nothing. Cool. So, if that is the case, I still want to do my Kiro combo. So, alright, I don't know exactly how I'm going to cut this video together, but I just did a bunch of games and it was bad, which is weird because I definitely tested that deck and it felt fine before. I have just cut all the combo pieces, and now we have just a good mill deck again, which I liked my mill deck. I'm happy to have a mill deck, but I still want to show off the combo, so let's grab one of these old Kiro combos. I don't know which one I want to do. Let's try, I don't know, Kiro combo 6, and just see how it goes. It's like just card draw and the combo, and nothing else. Just like to showcase the deck and what it's trying to do. I guess this is a different color now, so it does seem a little bit weird. Basically, it's the exact same thing. Kiro's more consistent in red-white because you don't have to like have 2 white pips. You can have a white pip and a red pip, which is nice. And otherwise, it's basically the same because Teach by Example is also a red card. It's hybrid blue-red, so not an issue. This is a bad hand. Mull this. This is a fine hand. I have no way of getting red mana, which kind of sucks, but we'll keep it for now. I will ditch the Tunnel Grinder, I guess? I like the Tunnel Grinder. I can't cast GF Cerberus anyway right now. But they're a combo piece, and we're trying to go the combo. We're trying to do combo. We're just going to go do the combo as quickly as we can. Let's not worry about it. I'm going to start with the Conduit Pylons to Surveil. That's a Plains. It's not a red source. So I'm not sure if I want it, but if I don't draw any more lands, if you don't draw any more lands, you lose anyway because you need a red source. You know what? Fair enough. I'm going to mill that away, Surveil it away, pass the turn. Okay, so the only thing you really need to know about this deck is that it is trying to get to the combo as quickly as possible. That's all it's trying to do. We're going to play our average card Raceway. We have no way of dealing damage, unfortunately, so we don't get to ramp up, but this is just another way of rummaging through our deck. We can spend 3, discard a card, draw a card. It's not what I want to be doing, but I've played so many games where I'm just like in a board stall with my opponent and we're both top decking, so it's just going to let me top deck a little bit faster. Hopefully, that'll do the trick. How does this one work again? When this creature enters, create a food. When you sack a food, you may search for a basic land, and if you do, you put this guy on the bottom of your library. Very sweet. We're going to pass. And we're going to my turn. Sweet. Okay, so that does give us a, like, color, which is nice. So I guess we play this. It enters tapped. We can still cast this if we need to because we have the conduit pylons that can filter mana. So if something terrible happens, we can do that. Very cool. What's interesting is, like, I could kill the unlucky cabbage merchant before they crack a food and they won't get to ramp off of them. Kind of interesting. Not sure how I feel about this card. It's kind of a weird one. If you're like multiple foods, I guess you can like ramp a bunch with one of them, which is like, I guess the idea. I don't know. There's no like, ooh, Mossy Hydra. That's no good. That's no good at all. I think I will actually. No, the Moss Hydra is so much scarier to me than this. Yes, Unlucky Cabbage Merchant can let them get more lands, and those lands will make this into a threat. I'm just gonna remove this from the equation. Just get out of here. We don't want it. Don't want to see it. Alright, 70 cards in their library. Well, I'm not trying to mill them this game. I'm just trying to get to my combo. Now, you'll notice I am using Unwanted Remake, which is the same card I used during the combo. If I left any games where we played that into this video, I don't know. But this is actually where I remembered the card existed in the first place. I'm going to play a Breast Tunnel Grinder. We're going to ditch our hand, and hopefully we don't lose when we do it. We do still need a second white source, but we don't really need a second red source. What else should we do for Cerberus, right? I hate using Brasses to just draw one card, but I do need a mountain, so like maybe we do. Yeah, I'm just doing one. We're just doing one. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, 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 cool. They've got 4 damage on the field. I have Final Showdown. This is a board arc that wasn't in my previous decks that I was showing off. I like it a lot. It's 6 mana to instant speed destroy all creatures, which I think is a pretty good rate for instant speed. But you also can use it as 2 mana, protect something, give something indestructible to a turn. Or you could go 7 mana and wipe the board and protect something. Or you could go 7 mana and turn off all of the abilities of your opponent's creatures before damage happens, before they die, so you don't lose to aristocrats or something. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so they're cracking the food, which is going to let them Unlucky Cabbage search your land. Very cool. So they got a plane. They managed to ramp. They got the Ride the Shoot buff. Does this ramp inherently or just... No, it just pays off for ramp. Cool. Sweet. Okay. I think we just play the Sun Billow. And we play the GF Cerberus. This card, I don't know how I feel about it. It's a bit awkward because it needs to get to you need to line it up properly. I have no combo pieces in hand, so it's going to go off before I can actually take advantage of the abilities. But this is one of the ways that we can copy a spell. And copying a spell is necessary to turn it into a trigger. Okay, interesting. Manifesting this wasn't so bad. The default card is a 3/3. But they spent 4 mana to get a 3/3. They have the whenever this attacks, which is cool, but they didn't get... holy crap, that's a lot of counters. But they didn't get, like, the ETB of it. It's kind of nice. I have to block that. That sucks. Alright, well, so much for Cerberus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, luckily we have 5 mana. Once we hit 6 mana, we can instant speed Final Showdown. So I'm not in the worst position, but I'm not in a great position either. Hopefully they play a ton of creatures in their first main phase next turn. I'm just gonna pass and try and get them with the Final Showdown. That's literally what I'm gonna try and do. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, now does that change anything? Because I don't have to wipe the board when I can hit them with the Mothwing Shroud, right? Yeah, maybe we just hit them with the Mothwing Shroud and we just be happy about it. Mothwing Shroud comes down. This lets us play a tap land instead of having to play the not tap land. Pass turn. Cool. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. You did notice me one time surveil over cards Sarn. I'm on the fence about that card. Again, this deck is not good enough. That's sort of the problem. That's why I was trying a different list, and even that list did not do well. So that's kind of a shame. But I just needed more card draw, and I thought maybe Sarn would be a fun way of doing it. I like Sarn. I think they're neat. So we're taking 2 damage from the Eclipsed Kithkin. And, I mean, yeah, we're taking 2 damage from the Eclipsed Kithkin. Do I want to wipe that board? Ooh, okay. So first things first, we have Kirill. Second thing, we can't do anything with Kirill, really. Like, not really. We do have this, though. We could sack a land to discover 4. Now, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, and it costs us 5 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be all of our mana, except for, like, I guess 1 mountain. And they're dealing at least 6, 7, 8, 9 damage to us. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. So they could just turn this into a 7/7 and kill us. I think we pass. I think we let them animate the Ride the Shupa, and then we hit them with the final showdown. I think that's what we have to do. Now, the funny thing is, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they don't have lethal if they don't animate the Shupa. Well, I guess they could play a land, and they would still have lethal. But I'm hoping that we can get them to animate the Shupa, and then we can wipe the board. I guess that's a little bit cheesy, because I think that's them going to be like, yeah, like this cool thing I can do, and not really realize that they're dead. Okay, actually, Overlord's interesting. Oh, okay. So they're not doing that. That's still fine. That's cool. That's still cool. I still get like an extra thing I get to kill. We love having an extra thing I get to kill. Okay. Resolves that. Resolves that. Does anyone have like a attack trigger? I don't think so. Whew. That's scary. Now they're just flexing on me. Alright. But I will never give someone a false sense of security. I would feel awful. We don't want that. We're going to final showdown. Instant speed. It's so good to instant speed destroy all creatures. What a great... Okay. We have 2 combo pieces. Let's get Kirill down. Now, technically, we need a 3rd piece because we can't do anything until we get another creature. Like, Kirill needs 2 creatures in play to do their thing. So, there's that. I will point out, because they didn't animate Ride the Shupa, they could just animate this and attack us for 7. Now, they missed their window because they decided to use Traveling Choco and Bow instead, but if they had, I would have been... What are you going to do? Alright, Vivian? What are you doing, Vivian? I didn't know you were in Standard.
This will be over quick.
What set's this from? It says 2019. Is it like in Foundations? Weird. Alright, destroy target artifact. Okay, enchantment. They're blowing up my Mothwing Shroud. That's fine. Cool.
I never run out of answers.
Okay. Cool. So Saz gets to search for a bird or a basic. Put into their hand. They'll probably go for a bird, right? They've got the Traveling Choke. A bow. Vivian Reed just had like a destroy a thing effect. Got it. So next turn they will be looking at 4 cards, revealing a creature or a land, putting it into your hand. Cool. Okay. They went for Abigail. That's so cool. Okay, Abigail's a new card. She's a bird. That's really fun. That's really cool. I'm going to give them a nice. That's awesome. That's so cool. I don't know what they're doing with it, but that's very fun. That Saz can tutor for Abigail. That's really cool, actually. I like that a lot. That's so fun. My turn. Am I dead if I don't do that? They have a minimum of 3 attacking bodies, because again, at any time they could have animated this Ride the Shupa and they just haven't, right? And if I block that, they still hit me for 10 damage and I'm dead. I could theoretically, if I need to, I could bounce with Personify. I think I want to crack one of these. How much mana do I have left if I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would only have 1 mana left if I cracked one of these Discover lands. If I board wipe now, they hit me for 7 anyway. I think we do it. I think we just crack it. The double white's more important. Oh, we have 3 red and 3 white. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I'm gonna sacrifice this to discover 4. Let's see what we get. That's something. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. They're giving me the opportunity to tap Kirill to make an extra 1/1. I'd still end up with 2 blockers. No, we'll do this. We have 3 blockers. We're not technically dead. We also got to turn this into a cool land. That's very fun. It even means we have enough mana that we can blink something if we need to. If we have no other recourse. Okay, this is good. What happened there, if that wasn't clear, is that this has been counting up every time we descended in a turn. And descending is, oh crap, they're giving something flying. Oh, they're giving something flying. I guess they didn't get to do the whenever this attacks trigger, though, if they do this. That's not so bad. Oh, wait. But they get to do it twice. Oh, that's so good. Wait. It triggers an additional time. You don't get to change the targets! Oh! That's awesome. They didn't get to change the target. It just doubles the trigger. It doesn't let you, like, re-target the trigger. Ha 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 ha. That's sweet. Okay. We are still alive, technically. We can still board wipe even if we need to. I hope we don't need to. But, you know, it is what it is. And they have a lot more material now. I don't feel as bad about board wiping. If I need to board wipe, at least they're going to get stuck with nothing in their hand, nothing on the board. The big problem is, as I mentioned before, I don't have blockers, right? They have not done it, but at any time they could have animated this. So if I wipe the board, they animate right the shoe buff and hit me for 7. Minimum 7. All right. We're not dead yet. We are not dead yet. It is gonna happen. What, be dead? Oh, that's not what I meant to say. Okay. Ride the shoot buff. You're not a land and or bird. Am I dead? Yes. No, it lost its abilities. I was thinking it was going to double its counters. It's not going to double its counters. So that's fine. We're going to take 6 damage in the air. And that's okay. It's fine. Okay. Pass. We're going to block down here. We could kill it, actually. If we kill it, though, we lose our whole board. And we're going to board wipe anyway, so it's not really beneficial. Pass. Ow. Whew. Every time I see first strike damage, I get scared that that double strike is coming at me. No, that's not what that is. Worth pointing out that Vivian is now able to down tick again, if that's a thing we need to worry about. Might be, might not be. I don't know. My turn. Okay, so we board wipe. That leaves us with 3 mana left. Crap. On the other hand, I could Geological Appraiser. If I Geological Appraiser here, I could tap these 2 to double the Discover 3 trigger. Discover 3, the best thing it can find. You know what? Let's go big or go home, right? When you cast a permanent spell, discover its mana value. We're going to cast this. In response, there's this. We're going to tap this down to copy this trigger. We're going to discover 4. Mothwing Shroud comes down. Cool. We're going to hit this guy. Boom. Goodbye, Saz. Okay. We get the Infernus. Okay, that's a body. Not an amazing body, but it's a body. Cool. And then Geological Appraiser. We get a second Kirill, which isn't amazing, but it's not lethal either because they'll come into play untapped. So we'll put that into play. We will keep this one. They have 3 in the air. I think we die. I think this is the end. I think I am dead. But what if I'm not? What if I'm not dead? What if they can't find 1 damage? What if they can't find... Okay, it looks like they can find a damage. Do they have a land in hand? So fellow to retreat. Put a pulse of encounter on each creature you control. This game is wild! Okay. Oh, Vivian finds them a land. Well played. Well played. What are you gonna not see a land? There's the land. Yeah, nice. GG. GG, you got me. You got me. That's so good. Well played. Do I have any recompense here? I don't think so. I could personify to blink something, but not meaningfully. This is an enters if you cast it, which I wouldn't have. This one will give me 1/1s, but they're not the right kind of 1/1s. And then this one, yeah, none of these fly. GG. GG. You gonna hit me or what? Come on. Come on. Come on, hit me. Is this supposed to be a Felidar? Are they gonna make me, like, retreat? This is so rude. Thank you. Thank you for attacking. I really thought they were gonna be like, concede. Concede to your betters. Ugh. Pass. No blocks. I mean, I was thinking because I thought there was a chance that I had a way out, but... Wow. Not going well, let me tell you. Well, after a long day of trying to do the combo and nothing happening, I did manage to. We had a few wins milling people out with the mill deck, but I wanted to showcase this combo. So I'm using a different list now. It is just trying to get to the combo as quickly as possible. It is all card draw and removal and control to just hopefully eventually stall out the game to get Hero down, plus a Teach by Example and Personify. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the deck. Is it the best version? I don't know. Probably not. I'm hoping it's not because it's not very good. But I just want to get to that combo. So we're gonna speed run the combo. We're gonna see what we can do. We can do this as early as turn 4 if we're lucky. Let's go. I've been recording for 2 hours. Okay, we got lands. We've got Judea Judgment. We had a Destined Confrontation, which is a board wipe I didn't know existed, and I didn't know I owned a copy of. We have Movement Meditation. That's funny. I don't know why I put this in the deck. I think it's funny, though. And so this is just board wipes. I might die before I get to do anything. I'll keep, because I have lands, and I've got, like... I don't know. I guess I just get knocked down to like 5 life and then I wipe the board. That's not unreasonable. The ramp though. Ramp does mean there's a very good chance we just die before we get to 4 mana. But I do have the Unwanted Remake, so I can turn like 2. Whoa, that's different. Predatory Ooze, indestructible. Whenever this creature attacks, put a counter on it. Whenever a creature dealt damage by this creature this turn dies, put a counter on it. That's awesome. I mean, I have ways of dealing with it. I wasn't expecting that. It really threw me. Cool. I'm just going to play Average Cards Raceway. And do I unwanted remake them? Do I get rid of the Llanowar Elves, or do I assume something worse is coming? I think I'm going to kill the thing that they're ramping into, not the Llanowar Elves itself. That's my hope. I hope that works. They got 4 mana. What are they doing? Ward 2. Beginning of your first main phase, add green. Well, so much for killing the thing that they ramp into. Great. That's getting a counter. Cool. This is not going well for me. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, we'll play an island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next turn, they're doing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage to us if they attack with this guy. We get knocked down to 9 life. I think we actually try and do the quick study. I don't think I've ever played a quick study before, but I put in this list just as like, let's just draw cards. Let's just draw cards, let's get to the combo, let's draw cards. So, with that in mind, I'm just going to hope I don't die. Hope I draw a land on the quick study, and then I'm going to try and board wipe. So, that's the plan, and we're sticking to it. Hit me with that 9 damage. Alternatively, I could unwanted remake here, right? Remove one thing. I think it's fine. They are hitting me with the 9 damage. That's wild. Yeah, hit me. Bap, bap, bap. Bap, bap, bap. Alright, cool. Pass. Oof, down to 9. That's fine. Cool. We're going to quick study on their end step. Draw 2 cards. Give me that land. I need a plains. That's not a plains. That's also not a plains. I immediately lose. Cool. It's going to be a plains, isn't it? Not a plains. Okay. First things first, how do I not die? I've got 4 mana. I can unwanted remake something. That's it. I'm not gonna survive. Yeah, I mean, if I survive till next turn, I'd rather have the island because I can filter 1 mana into white. Yeah, it's better than nothing. I think I just die here though, but maybe not. Maybe they mess up. I have to discard. Oh, discard. Expel the interlopers. Make them go. Ah, I'm so sorry. I killed you before you had 5 mana. But anyways, let's see what they have. They're swinging at me for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If they don't hit me with the hulking raptor. Okay. Oh wait, it's 9. It's Xaxes, isn't it? Oh, brutal. 4, 8, 9. Ah, if only they were greedy and they tapped the Llanowar Elves. That's so brutal. Ah, would have been cool. Would have been cool. Yeah. So close. So close. Did I have the mana to do that? No, I didn't. Okay. There was a part of me that was like, wait a minute, what if I made it so that all my stuff's, my opponent's abilities turned off, right? Secret third mode of Final Showdown, right in the middle there. No, it's actually the top one there. All creatures lose abilities. And like, you can shut down a whole board that way. That's not expecting it. It's really cool. Anyway. Not what we needed. Not what we needed at all. Alright. Not you. Drombo. Okay. Let's make this way closer to the ground. We're just trying to draw into our combo. We are not going to even bother with board wipes. We're going to win on turn 4. That's the plan. If we're winning on turn 4, we don't need any of this, right? None of this is important. We need to turn 1. We want to be drawing. So draw, and I want mana value less equals to 1. Okay. Vicious Binding doesn't work. Perfected Pastry doesn't really work either. Boomerang Basics. Target creature can't be blocked this turn, draw a card. Fleeting Distraction, draw a card. Flitterwing, Nuisance. How do you work? Grand, actually Grand Grand's kind of sick. Harrier Strix. Illboy, Murata, Metamorphic Blast. Metamorphic Blast. Okay, Opt. Place it on Ops in. Cool. Splash Portal, not relevant. Take the Fall, target creatures. 3 steps ahead. Tiger Seal, very cool card. Unending Whisper, 1 mana, draw a card, Harmonize. This seems really bad. Crash Through. We're not in red. Go away. That's not what we're doing here. This one I actually kind of like. I probably shouldn't, but I do. Surveil 2, then draw for 3 mana? Like, that seems kind of okay. Look at 3 cards, put 1 into your hand is like kind of how this reads. Let's do it. Let's just, again, we're doing all draw. All the tar. So that's draw. We don't need you. It is draw, but you have to inject mana. We're not doing that. We're not injecting mana. We are just drawing. Now, this one, we're going to cut. This one, we're going to cut. This one, I love Vinwix. We're not doing it today. Not working. We might still want these. Let's cut them for now. We can always put them back in. Wheel Meditation, not relevant. And then Quick Study, also probably not relevant, right? We're going for turn 4 win. That means turn 1, drawing cards. Turn 2, drawing cards. Turn 3, playing Kirill. Turn 4, winning. Now, does that mean we have to make sure Kirill doesn't die? Yes. How do we do that? We can't. Creature. And we need it to be mana value less than 3, because we want it to do that. And ideally, it's also going to draw us a card. Doesn't have to, but these are the best ones. These ones, when they die, draws cards, and they're pretty good blockers, so that seems good. This one, draw a card, discard a card unless you control another creature, which is fine, whatever, but I don't really want to deal with them. Grand actually would be great. Put this place that a Grand's in. Harrier Strix. Deathwing Crier. Enters, draw, then discard. Very cool in one specific pauper deck, but that's okay. Mischievous Mystic. Vinwix is so funny, but we're not doing that right now. Okay, cool. So, what does that give us with... We need to do that. Are there other ways of doing this? I want to protect. Can I actually... What is something that says, like... Have ward? Other frogs you control have ward 1. Kirill, not a frog. Unfortunately, not a frog. Has ward? Paladin Arms. That's too expensive. Okay. Can you gain ward? No, probably not. No. How about cycling? Cycling is another way that we can just do things, right? We can just cycle very cheaply. Cycling seems to kind of always be like 2 mana, which is a bit more expensive than we want. If we have something that cycles and has like a payoff for when it cycles or something, that could be useful. But otherwise, I'm not sure if that's going to work for us. We could alternatively do like cycling. We could say like discard this is a fun one. 3 mana, discard this card, deals damage, not doing that. Okay, cool. That gives us our options. There might have been discard in like another color. right? Like if it's cycled for no mana, then maybe that would be relevant. I guess I could try that. Let's see. Black to cycle. Cool. I don't know this card. That's kind of rad. But we're not in black. So I'm cycling. Yep. I'm not surprised. Red to cycle. 2 mana. When you cycle this card, again, it's too many colors, but I like the idea of a when you cycle. That's a cool idea. This one is cycling 2. This one is force cycling 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So now we've got some more space in the deck. We could either get more card draw, right? Because there's a few options here, right? Instead of us doing the specific thing we're doing here, we instead try and get something else. Dragonstorm Forecaster, search your library for a Dragonstorm Globe or a Boulderborn Dragon. That is irrelevant. Orska Puzzle Door, 1 and tap and sack this artifact. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest into the graveyard. That's so bad. It's 2 mana to do this thing that you could have done for sleight of hand, which is what we're going to be grabbing right now. And we might as well grab 4 accumulate knowledges while we're at it. This is Drombo. Let's go. Okay, all card draw. We're just trying to go. We're just trying to do the combo. I'm here to do one thing. I'm not here to play a good deck. I'm here to show you a cool combo I think is fun. Okay? I've spent like 2 hours recording, and I haven't gotten a good game where I got to showcase the combo. So we're just going to rework the deck so it's just card draw, and it's just going to try and find us the combo as quickly as possible. That's it. That's it. Let's see what we can do. We've got 2 lands. We've got half of the combo. All we have to do is draw a 3rd land, and we have to get Kirill. That's it. That's all we need. Let's go. This is our chance. We're going to play a Flood Farm Verge. We're going to play a Found Footage. Found Footage is a weird card. No one will tell you is good, but it's for 1 mana. You get to look at face down creatures. Isn't that great? But also for 2 mana, you can sack this artifact, surveil 2, then draw a card. Actually, I have a deck that runs that 1 card that like lets you make your opponent manifest dread. That might be kind of good. Anyway, unfortunately, I'm on mono white right now because I don't have another thing. That's okay though. We can use Found Footage. We will crack it. I don't have to wait. I don't have to do it right now, but I don't see a reason not to. We have another University Campus. This one can give us blue mana. We're going to cut the Conduit Pylons. It does not give us the right color of mana. This enters tapped, which is unfortunate. But we have to do. It's like, what you're going to do. You got to do it. So, ideally on turn 3, what we do is we play a Kirill. We don't have a Kirill, so it doesn't matter. We're going to play Helpful Hunter. We do need a Kirill. We need a Helpful Hunter, actually. We have the full combo. We got the combo. All we got to do is stick Kirill and the Helpful Hunter. If they kill anything on our board, we lose immediately. That's not true, but we don't have the chance. Like we lose our window to do the combo. I'm noticing my opponent has not played a 2nd land. So this might be a we win because my opponent didn't draw lands kind of game. We take those here. We're going to play Kirill. Going to enter. Very cool. We're going to play Hallowed Fountain. We're going to pay 2 life. We're going to play Found Footage. Awesome. We are ready. No attacks. And as long as we're not disrupted, which we probably won't be because our opponent has no lands apparently. We're on 4 lands, they're on 2. Beautiful, awesome. We now simply pass the turn, except we need 2 blue sources. We have 2 blue sources. That's important. You need 2 blue sources for Teach by Example and 1 white source for Personify. We pass the turn, we have no attacks, we end the turn, and we combo off on their end step. That's how simple it is. Like, I couldn't get this in like 2 hours, and the first game I tried with this stupid draw deck does it, and I didn't even draw any cards in this deck. All I did was Surveil 2. I guess I drew 1, but like whatever. Ugh. I took out every piece of interaction in this deck. All it is card draw now. It's just card draw and combo pieces. I don't recommend it. It seems bad. Alright, end step. Let's go. We're going to cast this. Oh, hey, this has the land types. I didn't realize that these could produce blue right now. That's awesome. Anyway, we're going to cast Personify. Personify is going to target this cool little cat over here. Isn't that awesome? We're going to tap Kirill, targeting the Teach by Example. We're going to tap down both of these pieces. Beautiful. And we get a copy of Personify. We're going to target Kirill, flickering Kirill, bringing them back untapped. Then we're going to tap Kirill and the changeling that was made by the Personify to copy the Teach by Example again. We're not actually copying Teach by Example. We're copying the delayed trigger that says copy Personify. We're going to copy Kirill again. Kirill's going to enter. We're going to tap Kirill. We're going to copy the Teach by Example. We're going to tap these two pieces. Boom. You know, it's funny. I tried to show my brother this deck. Not this specific version, not the specific list. And I did it like 4 times in a row. And like, I try and stream 1 time and I can't do it once. What's up with that? How does that work? Anyway, point being is, we now have to do this until we have a large enough board to win. Our opponent has 3 blockers, so we need to do this until we have 24 creatures on the field. It is my go. I'm literally going. Do-do-do. It's one of those things that doesn't necessarily look like we're doing anything, because they're all tapped, right? But, and they scoop it up. All right, cool. We managed to do it. The question is, can we run it back? Okay? Can we run it back? Because I just tweaked the deck. Maybe we go for it. Maybe we try and see if we can do the double feature. I'm not going to make a cut here. We're going right into game 2. This is the same deck. We just changed the list. This is the same deck as the last game that was just a win on the first time trying the deck. Let's do it. See what happens. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't work. Let's get a fair comparison. Maybe this is the list. Maybe we found it. Probably not. Probably we got lucky. Let's see how it fares against another Fleam. Let's go. Do I love Fleam? No, Fleam's fine. I think Fleam's nice. They're not my favorite. But I do love Through the Elm Pass. This is 3 lands and a Helpful Hunter. That's pretty good. We have a way of digging with Accumulate Wisdom. We have 1 combo piece. Yes, this is perfect. Beautiful. Exactly what we want to see. We can even use Crystal Grotto to continue to scry. Sleight of Hand. Do we keep that so that we can Sleight of Hand, or do we put it on the bottom so that we can do more things? Do we play that next turn? Next turn, we're going to probably not play that, and we want to have already won by turn like 4, so let's not bother. We get to play the found footage because it's colorless, so we can even play it off of a Crystal Grotto. That's beautiful. Did our opponent say hello? Hello back. I will give them a nice little Fleam face as a fellow Fleam enjoyer. And we are going to play... Ooh. Okay, I was thinking... Oh, wait, did I leave that on top? I shouldn't have. We don't even have blue mana, but it doesn't actually matter because A, we could have filtered, and B, I didn't put it on top. We just happened to draw it. I'm going to just play the Plains and just play the Helpful Hunter. We need a creature eventually anyway, so there it is. Beauty. These lands probably shouldn't be in the deck. They're from before I was going, let's just try and have our curve top out on 4. And these ones are kind of here as a, oh, if I get into a long, grindy game, I can at least surveil. But, you know, whatever. That's a 2-1. I don't care about that. We can crack this. We can do both, actually. Let's do both. I'm going to Sleight of Hand for blue. It's a sorcery, so I have to. That's Kirill. Beautiful. We'll put them into our hand. And then I might as well wait a turn, see what my opponent does, because this I don't think says sorcery speed. No, it does not. If we are lucky, we surveil into a, whatchamacallit. Okay, sweet. That's great. Do they have face-down creatures? Why did they bother blowing that up? We don't want this. We don't want that. Would it be useful to have a Grand 100%. What a good card. However, we are aggressively digging. Didn't find it. That's okay. We need to stick our attentive first year anyway, so we might as well drop one of these university campuses. How do we find... It's appropriate. It's appropriate that we have them. We're going to try and stick Kirill. If we top deck our doohickey, our personify, never mind. No, they got us. Okay. Round 2. If we top deck the personify, we can do this next turn. Alright, ride the shoe pup is down. Cool, cool. That's not enough, but that's okay. Play this. We have enough mana that if we find... We need to make sure we tap correctly. I'm going to tap... Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I tap this and, like, a white source, that's both, that's both, that's both, and that's an island. Okay. I think we're okay. But, like, just tap this. I don't need this. It's fine. Tap this. Accumulate wisdom. It is an instant. That's the personify. Okay. So, I actually realized I didn't need to do that. Because it was an instant, and this whole combo is instant, we could have waited until my opponent's end step to do it. But, oh well. I didn't. Maybe there was a different play if I, like, found a different piece. Maybe I find a sorcery and I want to use my mana to draw or something. So I think that is actually kind of a reasonable play there. But either way, on their end step, we are going to teach by example. We are going to personify. Now, I did just realize something. Because I took out all the interaction from my deck, this deck has actually no way of dealing with Authority of the Consuls. I hate Authority of the Consuls. I hate that card so much. But we have no way of dealing with it in the deck. Probably I should cut something so I can deal with it. Just any kind of way. Maybe we put in that Star Cage. Actually, because the goal of this deck is to just win really fast, and our opponent scoops it up. Okay! We are 2 for 2 now. I do think putting in the Star Cage is a good idea, because it can deal with Authority of the Consuls, which is awesome. And we're trying to build... I've rebuilt the deck like it's an aggro deck. It caps out at 4 mana, or like 3 mana, really, and it's not trying to actually play in turns 4, 5, 6. It's trying to win on turn 4. So I'm going to make one tweak. I'm going to make one tweak to the deck. I am going to add one piece of interaction, and it's going to be Star Cage. Now, I only have 2 copies of Star Cage, so it's not going to drag us down too much. Is there another just like destroy, enchantment, MV less than 2? There is, right? Break the spell. Destroy target enchantment if a permanent you controlled or a token was destroyed, draw a card. Seems unlikely. This one, now we're talking. Put in the colorious farm animals. That'll do the trick. What are we cutting? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 lands, that's probably fine, actually. I will cut these as university campuses, though, because I don't think they're actually necessary. So we'll cut 4 of those and put 4 more of our other pieces in. There we go. Beauty. Awesome. We love to see it. I need to cut 4 cards now. What is our weakest link? Probably Outlaw Medic. They're a 1/3 with life link, but they don't draw until they die. So, like, I don't want that happening. Maybe we'll do that. I will just put them in the sideboard so I don't forget about them if I end up deciding to want to add them again later. And other than that, maybe we cut 1 copy of... Oh, I did put Unwanted Remake in this deck still. I forgot to cut this. It is cheap removal, so I could afford to play it if I need to slow down my opponent. I think that's maybe fine to keep, to be entirely honest. You know what? It's an aggro deck. Let's go down 1 more land. You're going to regret that. Oh, you better believe it, baby. Okay. So we've updated the deck by adding 2 copies of Star Cage. And is that it? Maybe something else, don't remember. If we just ignore that change, we can treat this as the same deck. We are 2 for 2. We're going into match 3. This might be it. Maybe I was just going about it the wrong way. Maybe I had too much control and I didn't want to be controlling. I want to treat this like an aggro deck. We're going to draw until we find the combo. We have one piece of removal. We have one really good like looting tool. We have accumulated wisdoms. I think even though we have no combo pieces, I'm going to keep this. This might be a mistake, but I think that is a funny mistake. I do want to play this on turn 1, so I'm going to throw down the Gran on turn 1. Now, the only lessons in the deck are actually Accumulate Wisdom and the other guy, so that's fine. I'm not going to have this. I'll tap. That's okay. We're going to just opt. I didn't need to do that. I do need to make sure I get 4 lands to do the combo. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it on top. Draw that to my hand. Cool. We've got to make sure we get it. We can attack now. Booty boom. Draw a card. Get rid of one of these Accumulate Wisdoms. I don't need all 3 of them. That's fine. I forgot that they drew first. It's been a while since I played Gran. Good card. Good card, Gran. There's like a bunch of cards that are almost exactly the same as Gran, except they're like 2 or 3 mana. It's wild. I guess they have like better stats, but still, like, whew. Good card. Okay, I am feeling good. I can't believe we got like 2 in a row where we won with this stupid janky, like, I'm just gonna rush for the combo build. I was expecting to just like get to turn 4 and like concede and just like grind some games until I was able to actually win, but no, we're doing fine. We're gonna play Conduit Pylons. Our opponent is gonna wait. Okay. I don't want a 3rd one of those lands though. That's awesome. We could go for the swing. I think we swing here. Do they have removal on Gran? Okay. Gran taps. We get to draw a card. That's 1 combo piece. I don't need another one of these. That's just like a break in case of fire kind of situation. So past that. Awesome. End the turn. Cool. On their turn, we are going to accumulate Wisdom. Carmelian Orb of Dragonkind. Now that's a deep cut. Who plays that? That's awesome. Good for them. I'm going to play Accumulate Wisdom. That finds us... Ooh, it's 2 combo pieces. Kirill needs to stick on the board for a turn before we play Personify, so let's take Kirill. Kirill is important. It is kind of unfortunate that we don't have a very good way of, how do you say... I can't use Kirill to just as a tap outlet for Gran, which is kind of unfortunate. Draw a card. Ooh, I like that one. I will get rid of the Accumulate Wisdom. That gets us up to, like, value 3. So that's kind of sweet, actually. Didn't even think about it. That's really cool. So now we can actually cast this for 1 mana and draw through. We got our, what do they call it? Ancestral Recall unlock. That's awesome. Cool. Enters. Makes some treasures. Very cool. We like to see it. 5 mana. That's awesome. Pass 2 attackies. Does that thing have haste? It does because of the orb, I think. That's rad. Very fun. They decided not to take advantage of that. Cool. I'm going to cast Accumulate Wisdom. If this doesn't draw me my combo, I'm going to be sad. It didn't draw me my combo. I'm a little sad. Sorry, do you discount everything? Non-creature spells. I should be running Gran more. Holy crap, this card's wild. Okay. Gran's here. I could swing with Gran and let her die. Wait, how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 4 mana. This can't be discounted, but the other piece can be. Huh. This costs 2 to crack. I could spend the blue. If I spend the blue, I might just get it, right? Like, I could just get it. You need blue. I do need blue, so it wouldn't work. Okay. To cast Teach by Example, we need blue, so that's not going to function. What if I find a land? Well, then you have to draw more than 1 card, right? True. Good point. I think what we do here is we actually run this down here. Destroy target creature, controller, Manifest Dread. Sweet. Cool. Now we're going to move to combat. No, we're going to cast... Oh, we can't do this really very accurately, can we? Move to combat. Swing with Gran. Draw a card. Curious Farm Animals. I don't think I need to worry about that. Let's get rid of them today. Maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. That's fine. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna let that happen because I need to deal with their board, and I'm gonna deal, like, Grangren's gonna die in the process anyway, so I think it's okay. She dies. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay, I was gonna cast the Star Cage. Star Cage was being discounted by Grangren, I didn't realize. Oops. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. I guess I'll just play this. And then I will sleight of hand. Oh, I need a creature now, too. I'll take the plains. Play the plains. I probably should cut those lands as well. I'll play the... Do I want to Surveil 2 and draw a card, or do I want to Scry 1 and draw a card? And then still have this in my hand? Yeah, I'm going to pass. Crap! I messed that up. I was hoping to manifest them into something, and then while it was face down, it would count as a 0 mana value creature. Oh, I can see what it is! Never mind. I forgot I could see what it was. It's fine. I can... Look at me. I found footage actually being useful. Exile 3 cards. Choose one. You may play them this turn. Okay. So they exiled some cards. They can play one of these this turn, but they're broke. Oh no, they have 3 mana floating. They're still broke though, right? Yeah, okay. Huh. That's cool, I guess. These 3 mana? Yeah, they are. Cool. Pass. Are you gonna hit me with that 2/2? I forgot I could look at this card. I'm just allowed to look at it. That's so funny. I'm gonna crack this. So we need to find another creature because Kirill needs to copy up someone else's homework. I do wonder if it's better to like actually pick up the opt and then cast it than it is to surveil it away. I'm gonna say let's pick it up because I can just cast it, right? That's even more cards. Okay, beautiful. So we play this. If this draws us a Personify, we win. Solves. They're waiting because I could have used Kirill there. Cool. Now... No, sorry, I was wrong. We don't have the mana anyway. Didn't change anything. Okay. What can she do? -4. Chandra deals 8 damage divided as you choose among any number of creatures and or planeswalkers. So if she wants to, she can blow me up. And that's bad for me. I can do some opting. I can also just like attack her, can't I? That's an option. I always kind of forget I can do that. Let's play another found footage. I should have played Avishka Raceway, actually. Oh, wait, did I actually have the ability? Because I forgot I had that land there. It only cost me 1. It would have been the same. I would have had 4, and then would have spent 1. Yeah. Cool. Let's pass. I think there's a good chance we lose Kirill next turn. I assume that they're going to try to blow up Kirill. I mean, they're going to blow up my board. The whole board. Like, why not, right? Luckily, my opponent has not played a ton of threats. They played Chandra, which is scary. But, like, instead of playing a bunch of, like, 7 mana worth of threats, they played 1 Planeswalker, so... It's not the worst thing that could have happened. Very cool. Very cool. I will say, this is the first time I tried Star Cage in this deck, and here it is, dead in my hand. I don't know. Okay, sweet. They decided not to blow up my board. We have a chance. A chance. Okay. You're going to choose a card that they can cast. They have 8 mana available to them. Warped Space is pretty good. Warp Space is very good. They cast the Charred Foyer. Whatever, that's fine. Beginning of your upkeep, exile cards from your library. You may play it this turn. Sweet. Are they going to do both sides? 4/5? They can't do both. No, they could crack a treasure. Oh, they can just tap this too. It's not like it can only be spent on duders. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. This is fine. Alright, we're going to opt. Scry 1, draw a card. They have mana. They have actions. Don't know what those actions are. Did they not? No, they did. Yeah, they upticked. She's 10. Alright. Come on, come on. Helpful Hunter, not what we need right now. Sorry, you're not doing enough. That's a land. Okay, that's kind of worse, but that's fine. Scry 1, draw a card. Scry, Surveil 2, draw a card. Surveil 2, draw a card. Let's see what we find. Give me that Personify. One's on the bottom of the deck. We know that, right? We tucked one at the beginning of the game. I think. Maybe that was a different game. I think that's correct, though. Sleight of Hand, Helpful Hunter. Again, is Sleight of Hand better? Because I can cast it. Well, so, like, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I only need 4 for the combo, but 2 of it needs to be blue. And I only have 1, 2 blue mana. So I think, actually, it's better to get it out of here. We can't afford to draw. Let's go! Okay. Okay! They're going to try and wipe our board next turn. But they have to declare their targets first? Probably. Ooh, Grand also discounts everything. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we need 2 for this. Then we have 4 left. We could filter 1 time. So we could have 2 of them be like 1 mana and have 2 left. And then that would still let us do it. So if we want to, we could play Grand. That also discounts our Personify, so we even need even less mana at that point. So that's not the worst thing we could do. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's what we do. How does this one work? Chandra deals 8 damage divided as you choose. I think that's fine for us. I think that's fine for us. If I do this, we spend those 3 on that. I'm going to feel so... Wait, I have this land. I'm going to feel so stupid if this doesn't work, but I think this is correct. I think this is correct. And also, with that extra land, it's definitely correct. It's not even an issue. Blood Farm. Produces both colors. We're fine. We're fine. We're 100% fine. This is going to be 3 for 3. And this was like a hard-fought one, too. I mean, okay, they didn't have a huge board. If they had a huge board, I would have just lost. I didn't have a board wipe. I didn't have much removal. I did have 1 removal. I got rid of the big flying dragon. But mostly they just didn't do anything. So I don't know how much we can, like... I don't know. Interesting. Oh, I might lose to a counter spell. Oh no. If I do this. This is an instant? Yeah, okay. No attacks. End the turn. Holy crap. Okay. I might lose to a counter spell. They only have 3 cards in hand, or 2 or 3.5. Oh, there's the Runescale Stormbird. They can counter. They can counter. Interesting.
Reckless. Me?
How long does this stay in exile for? You may play it this turn. They might. Wait, they don't have any blue mana. It's a mono red deck. Oh! They can cast it for free, though. They can actually cast it for free, though. Why did they open both sides? Oh, cool. They cast it! What? They cast it! Alright. Let me do my quick maths on mana. I think I have enough mana that if I cast an Opt, I can still cast the rest of the combo. I think I just have to go for it, though. I'm just going to go for it. Do they have the counterspell? They don't have the mana. They have no blue sources, but they can cast... Right. We would know if they were casting from exile. It's not even a problem. Personify. Boom. Oh, we did it. What the heck? What the heck? Did I just get lucky? Did I just get, like, set against a bunch of opponents that didn't have a lot of, like as strong decks as, like, the last 4 that I played against? What? Oh, they got the Abrade! That does it. That stifles the combo. Wait, no it doesn't. That doesn't matter. That doesn't actually matter. They hit the wrong piece. They hit the wrong piece. It doesn't matter. Oh, if they hit Kirill, the combo gets stifled. But I don't need it anymore. I've already tapped down the cat. Oh, they had it though. That feels a bit bad because they did actually have it, right? This is why you don't target Kirill the first time around. Because people are like, oh, you're gonna get 2 copies of that card draw. That's what you're looking for. You're trying to dig yourself out of the hole. Nah, I got the combo actually. Nah. Yes! That's so dumb. Okay, so it doesn't like really mean the deck did super well. I think the thing is like maybe we could have just opted our way out of that, drew into a new personify, something like that. It was possible. That's so funny. Oh, I can't believe I'm 3 for 3 now. Should I keep going till I lose? Is that what I should do here? I don't even know. I have no idea. It's just like, I'm thinking about any other deck that I played against today, and it's like, oh, this one had just killed you, though. Like, you cut all the removal and interaction in your deck. Like, you would have just died to, like, I don't know, Badger Mole, or, like, to Angels or something, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I got to show up the combo, though. This is the combo! There it is! Isn't that cool? I don't know. I really want to... I have another deck that tries to do, like, go through the graveyard, which is really fun. Has the same issue with like Authority of the Consoles. If it enters untapped, it doesn't work. But or if they enter tapped. But yeah. That is why Pinnacle's here, right? Pinnacle is our Authority of the Consoles backup plan. How many? I only have 1 timeout, so I'm only gonna be able to make so many. I might not be able to beat them here by actual like unit count, so I might need to do it over 2 turns, and if they have a board wipe, which they do, right, here's the thing, they can just use Chandra, right, and Chandra will in fact do the thing. Okay, I think I need to cast this spell, because I think it might consider it doing something. No, it didn't consider it doing something. Dang it! I was hopeful. I was really hopeful that would count. What else do we have? Alright, well, I mean, we swing. We have 14 bodies. So, we don't need to really worry about... Oh, wait, can I just kill this? And get them next time? I can just kill this and do it next time. Yeah, okay, so. So, I was worried about them just spending the 8 mana. So this thing has a downtick 4, deal 8 damage divided as you choose. And by taking out the Chandra, I don't need to worry about that. So now I can take an additional turn to try and actually win. Do they have a board wipe? Maybe, right? There's plenty of, like, deal 1 damage to each creature in red, or, like, 2 damage even. So I might just... They might just wipe the board, but this is a much better chance, because they were guaranteed going to try and wipe 8 of them or something. Holy crap, they actually had the Flagstorm. Look at that. Look at that! We're just saying that. That's so funny. And it's 3 damage. It even takes out Kirill. Well, you and I both know that I won that game, right? Like, as much as Arena's going to mark that down as a loss, assuming I lose, I could try and do the combo again, but I don't really think I care to do the combo again. Like, you saw it. It happened. I did it 3 times. The combo would have won the game if we were in paper and I said I'd do it 100 times, right? So, I'm not really that concerned. Like, whatever, you know? Sure, we could try and recreate the combo. I'm only missing 2 combo pieces. I need another creature. So there's something that's there that's true. And they're just top decking here. I mean, they get like 2 free draws, and they get to play 2 things for free every turn because of all of this mana they've invested. So that's cool. So they probably do win from here, but like whatever, you know, like, yeah. What do they get? I don't know what just happened. Something. Bonehorde Dragon? Cool. That's a fun card. I tried to make this deck one time. Not this specific one. I like the Charred Foyer Warp Space. That's really fun. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. But I don't know. If you, like, see somebody combo off like that, and you think you won the game, like, you didn't, right? Like, just because Arena lets you win doesn't mean you won the game. So, I don't know. Now I'm sounding really petty. Point being is, like, it doesn't matter, you know? Super doesn't. And I can't win from here, so, like, I have nothing to do. I'm going to say GG, and I'm going to let them have it. Cool. Well, I was saying maybe I should just go until I lose, and technically that was a defeat. So, yeah, sure. Let's call that a good. I got to do the combo 3 times. That was the goal. Have a good night, everybody. I've been Darzabits. This is my Kiro combo. If you want to see the final list that we ended up using in the thing, I went through a whole bunch of different things trying to make something work. I'm sure this video, if I ever bother editing it, which I may or may not, I don't know. You tell me if I did that. I don't know why I say that. It doesn't, like, I would know. Anyway, this is the Kiro combo we ended up in. It's more like an aggro list. It has basically no removal except for this 1-cost removal and this 3-cost blow up only mana value 2 or less things. I just realized this can't blow up enchantments. So if this can't blow up enchantments, it's useless to us. I'm an idiot. Huh. So, before it rotated, there was a card that was almost identical to this, except it also hit enchantments. And I played that card a lot. Yeah, let's just make a quick tweak to this. Destroy non-land? Yeah. The problem is I need something that can destroy an non-land permanent without it costing me my entire turn. That would be really nice. We could just try and do... Okay, Seam Rips actually maybe would work well, right? Mana value 2 or less only, but that's fine. That's what it's for, a specific purpose, and it costs only 1 mana. I could see that being worth it. We could try the Sheltered by Ghosts. The idea would be that you can't combo off until you have a creature on the field anyway, so maybe that's fine. And it also lets us do a cool, cheeky thing with Ward, which I think is very fun. Yeah, let's throw in Sheltered by Ghosts. That'll be our consulate lockdown. Get away plan. We don't have a sideboard because I play best of 1, but here's some Outlaw Medics that I considered at one point that I ended up cutting. That's the deck. Good night, everybody. If you want to see the black-red version where I use Desecrex and Twilight Diviner to flicker Kirill through the graveyard, let me know in the comments. Bye!